coming to you live from wherever. It's the Ticket Booth Podcast.
Hello, everyone! Welcome to today's edition of the Ticket Booth Podcast. I am your host, Brian Bevington. Who do we got here?
Hello, I'm Jeff, and it is 11 o'clock at night over here, and I'm happy to finally get this thing going.
Hi, I'm Jack. Linus ruined my dream channel.
I'm Krems, or Mark, and I just ate almost a whole pound of meat right now.
Oh.
And I feel horrible about myself.
What kind of meat, though? See what I did there?
Italian sausage with tomato paste and noodles.
Are you sure you didn't just cut off an Italian? Are you sure you just didn't cut off an Italian guy's dick and eat that?
Anyway, who else we got?
I am George Errett, and I am a fucking Felicity Jones stan account, I guess.
Fucking George that we got here. George Costanza.
George Costanza. Actually, my real name is Chuck Norris, and I've come here to kick your asses.
Dead meme. Dead
George. Also, George. I believe is this your first time on the podcast?
Yeah.
Why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so my name is George Errett. I am a cuckboy from Tennessee, which is a southern state, which is a state in the southern part of the United States. I live an hour south of Nashville, which is the home of country music, aka the worst music in existence.
Damn right. You shouldn't say that when rap exists.
How dare you? When Post Malone exists, you say that.
Post Malone. Yeah.
Teacher, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Was it Tennessee who invented cousin fucking, or was that Alabama?
Depends on who you ask.
It's a regional question.
Now, of course, if you come to Walmart, if you come to Walmart down here, you'll see both Tennessee and Alabama merchandise.
Sweet home Alabama.
Imagine if the Loud House took place in the South. It'd be more like the fan art.
Okay, so I am I'm a bit of a movie guy. I am also an edgelord. I have been blocked by 4 people on Twitter because I make the most offensive tweets of all time, pretty much.
Have you been blocked by TJ Miller, though?
No.
That's what I thought.
You haven't been blocked by somebody that called a fake bomb threat when he was drunk.
You haven't been blocked by the star of the goddamn Emoji movie.
I actually made a bet with one of my real life friends where I said Slender Man's gonna end up making more money than First Man. And he was like, "No, First Man will make more money easily." But then we made a bet. If he ends up being right and First Man does end up making more money than Slender Man, I have to watch 50 Shades Freed. But if I end up being right, he has to watch the Emoji Movie.
Yeah. Well, considering the fact that the Slender Man movie probably made the price of 2 Happy Meals on its opening weekend, it's probably. I think you might
it's based
yourself there.
It's based on an internet meme that died in 2011. So what the fuck do you expect?
Yeah, I'm sure
Internet moves faster than they do.
I'm sure. I'm sure the Simpsons writers liked it because they referenced the Scary Maze this year.
Did you guys know that they're officially making a second Simpsons movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
Cool.
And I'm assuming I think it's supposed to come out 2020, 2021, and I'm assuming that's probably maybe where that ended because I was listening to an episode that was on TV that looked fairly new, and my god, all the voice actors sound like they're dying. They have poor voices for doing the same voice for that long.
The Simpsons ending? That will never happen.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen.
There's no creativity in The Simpsons.
It's like Family Guy. It's like Family Guy.
It's like watching a wall. I'd watch Modern Simpsons over Modern... Modern Simpsons over any Family Guy.
Yeah. The first 3 seasons weren't even that good. Get over yourself, nostalgia blind nerds.
Family Guy was never good. Seth MacFarlane hasn't done anything.
American Dad's good, though.
Simpsons is like Lake Michigan, once it dries up, it's gone. But they are going to keep on drilling, try and find more water, but it's not going to happen.
We got a ton of shit to talk about. So, first topic, BlacKkKlansman.
Knights of the Ku Klux Klan.
That's us, Stallworth Brothers.
We're on a roll, baby.
America first. America first. America first.
If I would have known this was a Klan meeting, I wouldn't have taken this mother.
Spike Lee, what are you guys' thoughts on Spike Lee before we begin?
Spike
This was
Lee.
the first time I had seen a Spike Lee film.
Don't kill me.
But considering this was the first of his films that I saw, I think I'm very impressed. But I'll get into that a bit later. Well, I just thought it was an amazing movie.
I've seen a couple of Spike Lee's films. I've seen
Spike Lee's joints, my bad.
Okay, I've smoked a couple of Spike Lee's joints. Okay,
Bruh.
She's Gotta Have It is pretty good. Do the Right Thing is almost masterful. Malcolm X is pretty dank as well. I've still been wanting to get into his other films. Anything other than the Old Boy remake.
Yeah, that's the only one of his that I've heard that people just like don't watch.
This is the most extreme I've seen Spike Lee. BlacKkKlansman is the most, like, for most of his films, he tries to find a medium between both sides, even if he does portray one as wrong. He still tries to kind of even out, like, which one's, like kind of in a Detroit way, where it kind of puts out both sides. Not one side is obviously wrong and the other side is obviously right. It's the most extreme I've seen in film. Like,
That's probably going to be related to it, because we have we have a really good movie coming out. So last year we had a really good movie about racism in August, and we have another really good movie about racism. One was up the Oscars, and the other probably will too, sadly.
What?
I think BlacKkKlansman's made more of an impact than
Yeah, I think this has a much better chance in terms of Oscars.
Dude, when I saw Detroit, it was just my parents and another guy in there.
The thing is, I think Detroit came out at the wrong time.
You're damn right.
For it.
I think Detroit has some serious pacing issues. That's like the biggest thing that holds it back.
It just came out at the wrong time.
Oh yeah,
For us, it came out I think, I could be wrong, maybe like September or later half of the year.
Didn't Detroit come out like a week after the Charlottesville riots or something?
Yep. One more thing. If you are white, prepare to feel bad for being white if you watch this movie.
Yeah.
Oh god, the white guilt, man. The white guilt.
So I haven't dove into the rest of Spike Lee's Kush quite yet besides this, but I really want to. So I feel like I probably should have, because BlacKkKlansman is very stylistic, so I feel like I probably would have known more about what the style would have been like if I had seen another Spike Lee movie. But that being said, BlacKkKlansman is very good. It's not the masterpiece I was expecting to be from the trailer, but I still really, really liked it. And, well, I can't decide what made me feel more guilty to be white. This or 12 Years a Slave. Actually, 12 Years a Slave made me more guilty to be white. I love the writing of it. It's hard for me to say that I love a movie with the mess about racism just because of the fact that I'm white. So saying, oh, it's such a good mess about racism, like, it kind of feels like I'm stepping into terror. It kind of feels like, like I don't really know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about?
You're good, mate. You don't have to, like... You can like a movie that has, racism as a topic.
Yeah.
You don't
Except
have
for Crash.
You don't exactly have to be black to say that, say you thought 12 Angry Men, sorry, not 12 Angry Men, 12 Years a Slave.
12 Angry Men.
Yeah.
That movie stars all white people.
12 angry white men looking racist.
On a side note, we were studying it for school, and every time we had to look at the picture of the accused boy at the beginning, I always pointed out that he looked like a fish.
Nice.
He does though. Like the kid at the beginning of 12 Angry Men, he looks like a fish.
One thing I love about BlacKkKlansman, there's a lot of things I did, but the cinematography is definitely one. The movie has a great look.
Color scheme. I just want to add the digital gray they added in to like give it that very era-esque vibe. Thank you. I love a good bit of digital gray when they try and make it look like it came out of the era. Just attention to detail.
It's very stylistic. But one of my only flaws with this is that some of the editing choices were a bit odd. I was confused when during the scene during the protest when it's just like they had the heads like floating around in just like a black screen. Like, that was just kind of like, oh, yeah. And when they, I don't know.
Isn't like the end credits or something just like a montage that's basically saying, "Oh, Trump is a racist" or something like that? Like, isn't it?
Kind of. It's better than you think it would be with that context. But I saw a Letterboxd review of BlacKkKlansman where the person said that in his theater, the people at the end just started chanting "fuck Trump," and I wish that happened in my theater.
Oh wow!
Also, one problem I have with it, I thought some of the music choices were actually really odd. Like when they played Ball Confusion in a scene where John David Washington, Ron Stallworth, and the girl are just walking. It's like I would expect that to play during like an action scene or something.
Okay.
And they just played like just some random ass scene. It's like that doesn't really fit.
The acting.
All great. There isn't a single bad performance, which is interesting because I wasn't expecting Topher Grace as the Grand Wizard of the KKK to work as well as it did.
God, remind me of Topher Grace is I
Eric
know
that
that name.
show, he played Venom in Spider-Man 3.
Oh,
Masterpiece.
yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's right.
It makes me happy.
Basically, so I saw the theater. I saw it with pretty much a packed theater with my friends, and I had a great time. I think the script is absolutely wonderful, and like I previously mentioned, I loved the digital brain that they added to it to make it look very of the era. Many wonderful scenes that I loved. I thought the ending, really did not expect it, actually. I think that ending is probably one of the most impactful endings of this year, because, the whole thing, you're like, oh, well, it was in the 70s, so maybe it's not nowhere near as bad as it is right now. But then, like, they cut directly to it, and just like, wow. I think BlacKkKlansman, it could be as relevant as it is today as it could have been, back in the 70s or whenever when the original story is. I really had a great time.
Story. I haven't even thought.
Well, yeah, but not everybody knows like it's a true story. Like there are people that don't know about what happened to James Franco's character in 427 hours, and they're just like, well, it's a true story. You should have known. I won't like even if it's a true story. I try and like make sure just to like not look up anything about it. If I'd like to like critique it all, I would say I think it's a little bit long. I think the pacing was, I think the pacing could have been brought, just not all, like it wasn't, like I guess I could say I was never really bored, but I would say maybe just to make the pacing a bit more easier and faster, I think maybe like 10 minutes could have been trimmed off of it, around there. I think 10 minutes just could have been,
fair.
Like, just a little off the top to make it run a little faster. Yeah. But other than that, I think it's easily one of the, I would put it definitely the league of films of 2018 that I'm like, these are the must-watches.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely a movie you should see from this year.
I hated it. It was so bad. It was garbage. It was awful. It was horrible.
This racist, boring trash.
I really liked it. It's incredibly stylish, like y'all are talking about the film grain and the aesthetic, and that's just how it is. Like, a lot of the film is done in an exploitation style, like something from the 70s.
Yeah, the blaxploitation. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, they even mentioned some blaxploitation films like Kofi and all that.
Yeah, they edited them, and they had like even edited the posters into the actual.
And of course, the iconic.
You're damn right.
Is it sad that the only time I've ever heard that is from something related to James Corden?
Yes.
Yes.
I hate myself even more for that.
Alright. Keep on going. All the performances are really, really great. Adam Driver,
Daddy. Adam Driver is Daddy.
Adam Driver is probably one of my favorite actors working today.
Put him in everything.
Oh yeah, same. Holy flower.
Love how he has so much variety in his film choices.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He could do the big blockbusters like Star Wars and be wonderful in them, and then he could also do like the smaller films like Logan Lucky or What If.
Francis Ha.
Yeah.
I wonder how, like, if this and Patterson were like a double feature, I wonder how that
I'm sorry, I just kind of gonna say, I
Wait a minute.
love
Wait a minute.
Harrison.
Wow.
Oh, it's so good.
I saw the
It's
better
so
comparison. Oh, sorry to talk over you, but that's
but
but just play Logan Lucky and then play BlacKkKlansman, and then you'll be like, whoa, Clyde Logan took different routes after the first film wrapped up.
Oh, and he got his arm
It's
back.
similar because they both take place in the South.
I don't really know what else to say about the movie. I think the ending really, really worked. Like Jack said, it's shocking, it's abrupt, and it works.
It's unexpected.
Really hammers
Very
it
unexpected.
Here, I kind of feel like I love the ending. I love the ending, and I love how impactful it is. I love the message it portrays. But I also kind of feel like the ending to the actual film. That's one thing. I feel like it's kind of really abrupt. Like when the actual credits roll, I was like, wait, that's it?
Yeah, it did feel a bit abrupt to me.
Yeah, it's just okay. That's one thing. Something happens, and it's like halfway through, it just cuts, and I'm like, wait, that's it. So
I just want to ask, do we want to get into spoilers for BlacKkKlansman?
Well, George hasn't seen it. So.
Yeah, I haven't seen it because I'm a cuck boy.
They all die in the end.
Spoiler alert,
They all die.
Giant orgy at the end.
Spoiler
Yeah.
alert.
Oh, it's like Eyes Wide Shut.
White.
So it's like Eyes Wide Shut. Okay. Well, okay. In all seriousness, though, I've only seen one Spike Lee movie, and that is the remake of Old Boy.
Stop down on the best I see.
And I wanted to,
Change that shit, please.
and it made me want to kill myself.
I think the thing is, Spike Lee has never been known for being subtle at all.
That's not exactly. I wouldn't call it that a critique. That's just not his style.
I mean,
on the nose is like kind of sting. But I think it's a lot less cancerous than, I don't know, something else. I saw this movie and it was like talking about like, oh my god, Trump bad, and that was like every punchline. For me, I don't really take a lot of joy in like films where it's just, or films, shows that are just like, hey, Trump is dead. Remember that? And then there's like,
they did. Like the worst example of it. The worst example of it was like in Kingsman 2.
Oh, God.
A great president, but the asshole guy, blonde president. Now he's bad. Yeah, you're so subtle.
It didn't help either that Kingsman 2 fucking sucked.
That movie sucked.
There's that one line where it's like, oh my god, who would ever let some guy like KKK leader be a president? And it's almost like they're looking right at the camera, and they're looking right at the audience, like, oh yeah.
That did feel really on the nose.
It did feel a bit on the nose. It did feel on the nose, but it was one short line. It's like, at least they're not setting a whole scene aside with a whole character. It's like one line.
For like a pointing at the camera and making a fourth wall joke, I mean, there's a lot worse than done with that.
Yeah. Maybe. And to be fair, that doesn't exactly have to be like a Trump, joke. A joke like that's kind of timeless. Like there's always going to be a political leader that's ridiculous.
Dude, we haven't had like a great president in a while.
Here in Australia, I don't know if you guys know, but we just got our new prime minister, and let me tell you, let me tell you what their amazing plan. They got rid of an old, pasty, white Australian dude and replaced him with an older, white Australian, pasty, old Australian dude.
Wow.
I love the movie. I thought it was really well written. It was very suspenseful at many times. The acting was all great. I think, breakthrough performance by John David Washington, who is, by the way, the son of Denzel Washington. You can kind of tell from his voice and how he talks.
I mean, I knew that before this movie came out, so.
One of his... So he hasn't acted on a lot, but just one of his... kind of...
And for what I've seen, he's already been cast in some other stuff, so this probably
he's
will
going to
be
be the old man in the gun, which is
my most anticipated movie the rest of the year.
Right?
Isn't that the movie that the Lowry made?
David Lowry.
Yes.
Big fan
Also,
of stuff.
I'm going to guess it'll be Robert Redford's final film before he retires.
It is. No, it is.
And I think on a side note, I think The Old Man and the Gun will be like a really good final retirement film.
Yeah.
And I think it could be like David Lowery's 3 Billboards, where it's like the smaller indie director directs like this movie that gets more attention, and now we can get. I was thinking, so hopefully, who knows?
Okay.
I mean, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I love my movies, and I love David Lowery. His mustache is Kino.
Speaking of mustaches, Topher Grace's David Duke, he rocked a good mustache, and his performance was great.
If we're gonna talk about,
Like I said, he was great. I love Adam Driver, one of my favorite actors working today, and he's always a welcome sight in a movie.
By the way, the Alec Baldwin cameo is legendary.
I also want to say, shout out, there's a talking about suspenseful scenes. I was going to say, speaking of suspenseful scenes, there's I think that's one of the best scenes in the movie that I thought carried the suspense really, really well. Was the scene, without spoiling too much, basically, Adam Driver is with the head of the KKK group guy, and he has to pretty much. He's like trying to make him take a lie detector test. Jew lie detector test.
Dude,
it's a really very, very effective scene. I really.
By the way, that head guy, I forget what the actor's name was, but he was also fantastic.
All the performances were fantastic. They're actually a single back performance.
I forget his name. He was like that one guy, the one fat guy from My Tonya. He's great in this as well.
I remember seeing. Oh yeah. He's one of the.
You know the guy I'm talking about?
That idiot bodyguard from My Tonya.
Oh.
Yeah. The fat bodyguard. Yeah.
8th grade.
I was a complete mess when I was your age.
Really?
8th grade is the worst.
You never know what's next, and that's what makes things exciting and scary and fun.
When did you get Snapchat? What grade?
5th grade.
5th grade? What? Yo, see?
Great film. More like 8th grade.
You'll have to go through this quickly because I haven't seen it.
me either.
And just on a side note, hey Australia, could you just not do a dog shit job of releasing movies? Why don't you put them at the same time so we can see them? I would love to watch 8th grade, and I would love to watch Sorry to Bother You.
Because, mate, we want to release Slender Man here and stay in. Oh, that was
so we got Slender Man here, but we can't get the movies that everybody is talking about. Thanks.
Getting all serious now, how many of us have seen 8th grade?
Me?
I like it a lot. Okay, so
I love it.
Basically, I guess we should kind of give some context to the man, the myth, the legend behind the camera, Bo Burnham. Which in and of itself could be a topic on here because ever since I think the last podcast, I've officially gotten into Bo Burnham. If you can't tell, I'm on a bit of a Bo Burnham kick, and he's my favorite comedian, my favorite person. Well, I changed it to Dakota Johnson now.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, I absolutely love him. So I love. Well, for one thing, go watch What and Make Happy. What's better in my opinion, but I think Make Happy is also very, very great. But what?
I wouldn't say What is better than Make Happy.
It's just because What is like everything I love about Bo Burnham combined to 1 hour. Just like all the things that he does well. Just his jokes, his music, his like. I guess
is whatever.
Like performing.
The problem with What though is that it's so like cynical. And Make Happy, the thing that I like about Bo Burnham is like it shows maturity as you age. Like in his first one, he's like super cynical. He's like, art is dead, and all that. And by like Make Happy, he also has like a realization that no, art is not dead. You just need to be open and look for it. That's what you need, and that's why I think Make Happy works so much better than What and his other ones because there's
because I'm assuming that's like I'm assuming at that age he was like probably would be like big clover to that one person in class because like every movie that comes out today that isn't forward and black and white with subtitles is terrible.
Have you seen Words?
Yeah.
That was not a jab at Mark, by the way. I love you, Mark.
Love you.
I'm glad that Bo Burnham's directing directing a movie now, because he's definitely the type of...
Correct. He's clearly very skilled at this.
Yeah, and just like with Bruce Riley and Greta Gerwig and Ari Aster and everyone else, because let's face it, we were in a great time for debuts.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, like we've had so many like really solid debuts from people who haven't mainly directed like a feature film yet, and I think that's Greta Gerwig also directed a feature.
Especially.
I'll be right back.
Ari Aster.
Oh yeah,
Ari Aster.
And
amazing debut.
And impressive debuts from comedians.
Oh yeah, from comedians such as
Bruce Riley,
Jordan Peele.
I said Jordan Peele, Bruce Riley, from Bo Burnham. What was the other one? Greta Gerwig.
Would John Krasinski kind of count? Or
no.
But
Yeah,
it
but it
still
wasn't
made a
impressive.
great debut, though.
Yeah, there wasn't anything that I was directing us. So.
It's questionable. Okay, we'll just keep it at that.
But
He tried.
Oh, I mean, obviously, because Bo Burnham really knows how to make something. He knows how to make great jokes in stand-up, so that means that he's gonna know how to write for an actual film. And the biggest thing I love about 8th grade, among everything else, is that we still get a lot of coming-of-age films nowadays. I don't even know if you can say we're still in the era like we were back in the 80s with Breakfast Club and all the John Hughes movies. But
it's kind of a different era. Especially I think with what we can do now.
Okay, real quick hot take. I can never relate to John Hughes movies. I don't know. I can't relate to rich white suburbia where they all live in mansions and they can all do whatever they want. It's not my reality. It's not my reality.
Especially not me. I don't. That area of mine is completely different to me. The only things I can relate to of my era are Round the Twist, which you guys probably haven't even heard of, but it's this iconic Australian show, and it's the best.
I'll look up just about
maybe it's just because I live in Texas, but I still get dirty looks whenever somebody's withdrawing from an ATM and I'm waiting in line behind them.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Some trashy ass stuff can happen in Pennsylvania as well. But anyway, what I was getting at is that with all the coming of age films nowadays, we often do get films like those type of films that are made by 50-year-old white men who have clearly who clearly don't understand actual kids, Unfriended, which was actually made by someone who was in their 50s. And clearly do not understand.
This is how kids talk.
This is how the internet works. This is what hacking looks like.
What is a troll?
How does a troll never have I ever? God, I hate Unfriended. But 8th grade. Well, okay. What I'm getting at here is that I haven't seen a movie like 8th grade.
Cap off.
Okay, basically what I'm getting is that 8th grade encapsulates it. You can tell that Bo Burnham mainly. What I'm trying to get at is that he understands kids. He understands how they act. He understands what they're like, and you can tell because Bo Burnham I think is still 20. Yeah, he's 25 still I think, or how old is he?
He understands that they all trying to fuck.
But you can tell that they're still a bunch of silly little idiots, and because I am still in high school,
28,
and kids like that, kids still act like that kind of thing even in my high school. We're in sophomore year, kids probably still do that type of stupid shit. But
I just love how real the movie felt. Everything, down to the awkwardness of every moment at school and everything. Nails that atmosphere so perfectly.
Say what you will about them.
But just in response to what you said, Jeffrey, isn't there a scene in the school where everybody gets up and cheers or something, and then in the background you can hear someone going, LeBron James!
Yes!
Yeah, that's in the first 5 seconds.
Oh my god.
When someone says that during a school shooting drill in the movie, which I think is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Which is the type of shit that
goodness.
happened when I was in middle school. And
I'm not surprised.
Say what you will about them using modern references, not even just modern references, really modern references down.
I'm sure it's better than Black Panthers. What are those, Joe?
It could have been worse.
It worked alongside how it just represents the awkwardness of this era.
It's just about the use. It's about how because Bo Burnham used him in a way that felt extremely real to just how kids act. It's like
kids are
it's like holy fuck, this guy actually gets kids, and kids act like kids.
See, I'm not sure that's a good thing.
We have to talk about a big part of why this movie works so well.
That's why it feels so real, and for a movie that wants to be real, it succeeds at that. And also, I'm sure you guys by now, by the time this podcast is out, you've probably heard endless praise about Elsie Fisher's performance, and it's all
deservedly so. She is amazing.
She's like 15. She's like a year older than I am, I believe, and she has such relatable performance.
Man, after watching this whole movie, I just wanted to give her a hug.
Because I haven't related to a movie like this. I haven't related to a movie like this in quite a while. Because I'm obviously you can tell by this podcast I'm loud, I'm annoying, that kind of thing. But actually, when I am, I can actually be quite quiet and awkward. And seeing how Kayla in this movie can kind of be funny at times and also really awkward at times, I'm like, that's me. I was there back in my day.
That was me 6th grade year instead of 8th grade.
Brian.
I relate a lot to that, and I also love the writing movie. Like I said, I love how realistic everything felt. I love the directing. I love the cinematography. There's a lot of aesthetic as fuck shots. I mean, like,
and also, just on a side note, Elsie Fisher, I believe she said this in an interview or in a talk show. It's like she did read like a couple of the Letterboxd reviews.
Yeah, exactly. I saw that too. She knows what Letterboxd is. So does Sean Baker. So indie.
Who, by the way, followed? Doesn't he follow
Zara?
Yeah, he follows Zara, who was actually on this podcast.
I don't know if she has any kind of like or whatever. But my biggest problem with the movie is that I wanted to give it a higher rating, so much I loved it. Basically, the reason is the score.
I didn't like the score.
Okay, the score.
That seems to be an unpopular opinion, but I fucking love the score.
Okay, here's the thing. The score is on its own. If you like listen to it just like by yourself and not in the movie, it's like good, I guess. Like it reminded me of Spring Breakers, so that's a compliment. But the thing is, in the movie, it's like there are some scenes. Okay, some scenes it's fine. Other scenes it's like blaring so fucking loudly, and it's like Jesus. There's one scene where it actually legitimately distracted me. Like I couldn't pay attention to the scene.
I can understand that complaint, I guess.
It's like, Jesus, Bo, I love you, but can you please tone it down? I get it. You want to have a great score, and you want to show that off. I get that, but can you please turn it the fuck down so I can pay attention to this?
It was the montage, like when she's going through the internet, and it was that. The parts that bugged me with the score was the montage where she's going through the internet, and when singing.
Again, just remember, I haven't seen it. Don't.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And also, how you were.
It's like 80s as fuck.
Quick question for all of y'all. What are some crazy ass things that happened to you in school?
Well, I have a story that Brian already knows. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, that you've been talking about quite a bit.
Yeah, I don't think Jack and Jeff and Mark know this story, but Brian knows it. So, 2 weeks ago, my English teacher, he put us into groups to discuss topics for one of our summer reading tests because, AP English, we had to do summer reading, and this particular test was a literary analysis of Mary Riley. Brian, we can get into the movie. We can get into the movie later. But he put us in the groups. Now, context. There are 20 people in this class, and I am one of 5 guys. And 2 people were missing that particular day. So it's 18 people, 6 groups of 3. And I got put into a group with 2 really hot girls. I'll just say that.
Nice.
Now, for the most part, we're actually discussing the topic. Then, for some reason, we got into Brave New World. Now, Brave New World, it's got some interesting content in it. Where, there's orgies in the book.
Oh.
I'm not even kidding.
Nice.
And there's they condition their children that have sex or something. It's really weird. One of the girls randomly asks, "When do you think is an appropriate time to have sex?" And the other is 16, I think.
Someone has seen Ladybird.
Bring that up, you son of a bitch.
Great minds think alike.
So then she was and then that's the girl who was answering the question was I did it when I was 15.
What the fuck?
What?
No, wait.
What?
Wait, it gets better. And she's like, I don't really regret it, but I wish I did it older. And then the other girl says, I waited a long time until I did it. She was like, wait, what? And then they spent like the next few minutes just talking about having sex. She was like, yeah, the first time was okay, She said it was this past summer. It was this past summer and all that. It's fucking gay.
See, I don't know. It's different. Like, there's a conversation in 8th grade where they're talking about a generational gap and how different it is, like, for, like, generations. Because it's like, oh, yeah, it's Snapchat when you were, like, in 5th grade.
Right, now. No, just wait. Now, here's the point I'm trying to make here. They're talking about that, but they're also talking about other people in the same class who have had sex. They're like, oh, there's no doubt about this. And now, at the same time, I was feeling two emotions at the same time. For one, I was feeling really awkward, but two, okay. Have you guys seen the movie Shame with Michael Fassbender?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
One, two.
I felt awkward, but at the same time, like Michael Fassbender in Shame.
Oh. That sentence will have a new meaning when I watch the movie.
So yeah.
Doesn't he, like,
you start crying?
Fassbender just dicks a lot of people in that movie, I'm assuming.
Oh, you see Michael Fassbender's dong.
Oh,
Jack,
wait,
Jack, you will become gay by staring at Michael Fassbender's penis in the movie. I'm calling it right now.
So yeah, that's a fun story.
Don't make a bet right now.
I've seen Shane 4 times and I've never seen his dick.
Wait, what? Do you see it up?
It's a close up.
Like first 5 minutes.
I keep eye contact, okay?
You don't even see his face in the movie though.
Okay, whatever. But Shame is an amazing movie. Watch it.
The point of that whole thing, you were feeling awkward like Michael Fassbender in Shame, and I don't know. It's just
oh boy.
Like,
yeah, I had a fun night that night. Let's just say I had a fun night that night.
Anyone else got any other crazy ass school stories?
Unfortunately, I don't have any.
Okay, so
I've got one.
Okay.
So my teacher pretty much ended up in the news, like literally the news, like the TV news, and that was one of the craziest days. No, it's not. He didn't like her. It's not as bad as you would think, but the whole story is funny. I'm obviously going to refrain from saying his name or the school or anything, but basically, so I was in me and my friend, we were both doing like some French tests. By the way, French is boring as hell and I suck at it. So we were like doing our tests and everything, and then the alarm and like the fire alarm goes off, and they were just like, oh, it's probably another drill or something. So I'm walking out. And then my friend tells me, oh yeah, the science teacher you guys had last year almost burned the whole classroom down. And basically,
what the hell?
Basically, let me explain this. And here's the thing, right?
Oh god.
So basically, another class, sadly not my class, they didn't get like the science room. They got like one of the computer labs. And I don't know if you've had a teacher that's ever done this, like where you put like some sort of gas into a bottle on wheels and then you light it till it like moves a bit. And here's the thing, what this teacher did, I'm assuming, put way too much gas into it. And not only did they not do it like in a room where you could do that, like a science room, they did it on a computer lab's desk. So and there was like so much like alcohol or something, like alcohol. So they filled up the bottle, lit it up. Alcohol pours all over like the computer desks and even lands on the carpet, burning the carpet. And then the thing is, the teacher says like, okay, yeah, film this because you're gonna want to research like the footage later. In about, let's say, 30 to a minute seconds, it goes like everybody's sharing the Snapchats. It goes everywhere, and that footage ends up on the news later that night.
Oh my god.
And then we all have to like, and then everybody's in their mentor group sitting in the oval, like they're just checking names. And some of the stuff it was like that people were talking about, it was like absolutely hilarious. Like this one kid who's in 7th grade, pretty much the teacher hears the alarm and everybody grabs their books and stuff at the door. And the teacher says, "No, you're gonna finish this work. We're not going out just for a quiz. You're gonna finish this work first."
God.
And that's hilarious. That's actually hilarious. And this other kid like does a joke to his mom, where he texts the mom and goes like, "Hey mom, so pretty much there's a fire in our building. It's actually in the room next door. But don't worry, I'm gonna finish this test first."
Oh my god.
And as it went on, then it gets to the end of the day, and then there's and it's on the news, and it was one of the most bizarre days I've had ever.
Dude, I've had a couple of those things.
Yeah.
Mm.
Sorry, final statement. But I won't say anything bad about this teacher because I do like him, and he's an actually good teacher. And people even rang up the school asking him to please don't actually fire him. And to this day, he's still with us. So that's yeah. Good. He messed up. But
good riddance.
Let me steal the mic real quick. Let me tell y'all some stories I have.
Oh yeah, boy.
Alright, so
I actually did think of another story, but I'll tell that later.
There's a lot of bizarre stuff has happened to me during my school years.
You already told the IDAS story.
Oh yeah, the IDAS riot that I created.
That was brilliant.
It was lit as fuck, dude.
I wish I was there.
Dude, it would have been so much fun. We would have been we'd have fucking lunch trains.
Wait,
basically.
you remember the IDAS?
Okay, Jack, let me explain.
Summarize it for us.
Okay, so the school shootings were happening or something, and there were people protesting, and there were people sitting around in a circle at lunch, and they were just like, "How dare y'all not protest?" And I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. So I grabbed a lunch tray, I popped open a Sharpie, and I wrote, "I eat ass" on the sign.
Oh yeah, boy.
Dude, if any of those walkouts ever happen again at my school, I'm just gonna fucking do that. I don't care if I get expelled.
Same here.
It was this started as a one little thing, oh, it's a joke. It got taken so many places. A group of guys, they got fucking trays and they started writing shit on there too. It got to the point where the circle was a bunch of girls, and so there was some fucking assholes who wrote "women should belong in the kitchen" on the and my friend, I fucking got that real quick. Because, I was holding the lunch tray, the original lunch tray, and I gave it to my friend. He was like, "Hey, let me see it real quick." And then the teacher comes over and she's like, "Is that your property?" And he was like, "Huh?" So he just fucking chucked it outside of the lunchroom.
You didn't tell me that part, I don't think.
I thought I did, but that shit was great, dude. And oh my god, I think I saw the picture on my phone, how different it changed. There was a huge fucking circle, and there was this one guy who held up a sign that was "White people be crazy." It's fucking great.
Jesus fucking Christ.
In one of the poems says this movie is for faggots.
Oh. I got blocked by TJ Miller on Twitter.
Wait, what?
I got blocked by TJ Miller on Twitter.
Yes. I got blocked by the official Love Simon Twitter account.
Wait, you literally got blocked by the Love Simon Twitter account?
Dude, I literally couldn't. Sure, you guys heard my laughing when Mark told that beautiful story.
It's the greatest story. They should
oh goodness.
Okay, so
we should make a movie out of that.
Have some more.
Okay, so in case y'all care, time for a school story with Brian. Story time. Okay. So
story time with Uncle Brian.
Story time with Uncle Brian. Sit on my left.
The number one Dakota Johnson fan account.
Yes. Okay. Anyway, so I was in a room finishing up a task, and I was the only one in there because everyone else finished the task because I'm slow as hell. And it was me and another teacher in there. You know, we were just in there regularly. And then all of a sudden,
dude, I've seen how this movie goes.
Then, okay, here's the big thing. All of a sudden, the fucking panic alarm goes off, and there was no announcement for it, so we didn't know if it was a drill or if there was actually something fucking dangerous happening. So the other teacher that was in there would be fucking lock the door and turn the lights off, and we had to hide in there. And it just turns out we were so worried that something was happening. Then it just turns out that I think some idiot fucking pulled the alarm in the office. I don't know exactly what happened, but
that's similar to something that a kid invited a year or two ago. They were tapping the glass on the fire alarm, and they're like, it's like it wouldn't break, and then it broke, and they're like,
oh god.
And then they got so much trouble.
So basically that shit happened, and we were scared. In fact, I almost had a fucking heart attack. We were in there for
I can imagine.
In fact, I thought, because I actually legit thought there was a shooter. I was like, holy fuck, what's happening? And, we still to this day don't know the actual events of how it actually got pulled. I'm assuming that just some idiot was in there and just started, fucking around. I'm sure that kid got expelled or something. But
I hope he did.
And rumor has the kids in my science class, pulled out fucking baseball bats.
What?
I think that's what they said.
Wait, what the hell?
And I'm like, half you kids can't even beat down a fucking dummy.
Oh, what?
The hell is that?
That's what they said, but I don't remember ever seeing baseball bats in that room. And I'm like, what the fuck are you people talking about?
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Okay, so I do have another high school story, but this one is more embarrassing. So, my freshman year of high school, I'm a senior now, so yeah, I'm old. My freshman year of high school, I used to be in band, so we would have a band class every day. So I went in there, I went into the bathroom and I took a shit, and then I'm not gonna lie, I was fucking around on my phone. I was being a retarded cuck. I was talking to someone on the internet, and then some kid was like, man, what's going on with George, man? So then the same kid started making rumors that started spreading a rumor that I was jacking off in the bathroom. And it got so bad to the point where I was temporarily kicked out of band because people's parents were genuinely fucking believed something like a 14-year-old kid said that I was jacking off in the bathroom.
Imagine that you were like Philip Seymour Hoffman in Happiness, talking to someone on the fucking phone.
Rosie, what?
Dude, they just go in there and you see an envelope on the fucking stall.
Yes.
Perfect segue.
I was so embarrassed.
Do you have any other crazy ass?
Can I actually quickly ask? I need to ask.
Well, God.
Before we go on to one more school story, can we get everybody's ratings for both BlacKkKlansman and 8th grade? We did get both grades. I would also give BlacKkKlansman an 8 out of 10.
I give both
BlacKkKlansman an 8 and 8th grade a 9.
Okay. Both of them are good 8s. Good 8s.
Okay. Good to know.
Some quality movies. Go see them over some shit what the hell else is out?
Slender Man.
The Happy Time Murders.
Slender Man.
Don't see the Happy Time Murders.
Time to segue into my second story.
Okay.
Oh no! Going from a story of jacking off to another story about jacking off. Goddamn.
Oh wow!
I'm excited.
Okay, so this shit is weird. I'm not gonna deny it. This happened though. It was in science. It was 8th grade, and there's the science tables.
We already talked about that.
There's there's the science. It's two people, and you can't see people's hands because for here they're really thick, and you can't see what they're doing. So if you're on your phone, you can't really see. one of the most awkward fucking experiences in my life was accidentally being like low-key jacked off by the girl sits next to me.
What the fuck?
What?
Lucky. This girl had liked me since like the beginning of the school year, and it was like it was already wrapping up. Like it was her birthday, and
oh no.
So
Happy birthday to me.
So the teacher just looks at me, and she's like, "Are you okay? You look really, really red." And I'm like,
Oh no! Oh no!
Wrap it in your pocket, or you just happen to see me?
Caught red-handed and red-handed. Got red-faced and red-handed. I'm sorry. Sorry, I take that back. Caught red-handed and white-handed. So,
Oh no!
Oh, that spell, but it's fucking amazing.
The bell rang.
I'm sorry.
Please.
I'm sorry to interrupt one more time. Please take all my jokes that I've said.
No,
story.
Dude, it's fucking hilarious. We're not taking this out. Look, so please tell me that the guy who's jacking off looked at the room like, oh, we're about to make some real chemistry.
Oh, God.
Jack, now we both have poor taste in jokes. High five.
But that was like, I didn't say no, so I didn't say stop what you're doing. I was like, okay.
Just like, okay. You give like a bland, you give like the dull expression, just like, okay, cool.
Okay.
I'm not gonna stop you. Go ahead.
I'm trying to fill in the fucking crossword that we got, and it's just like, okay.
I'm sorry. What's a 3-letter word for jizz?
No!
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry.
That's
sorry.
legitimately the weirdest fucking what happened.
The 6-letter word for Jack Buckethead. Banned.
Oh, no, one more thing that also happens to deal with pigs. There was this one guy who put a pocket pussy in the rings of his binder and was fucking it in class.
What?
What the hell?
What the fuck? We just like quickly glanced over that shit, man.
What the fuck kind of bullshit is that?
Can I please? I'm gonna fucking move to your class, man.
God.
So there's no like deeper details into that. Just pocket pussy in the ring. The teacher walks by, and it's not like it wasn't like us where like it was just like, are you okay? No, she walked up to him, and she was like, "What are you doing?" And he was just like, "Nothing," and he kept on doing it while he was talking to her. He was like, "No," and so she just ripped the binder up, and it's just dick there.
What happened to that? What happened to him?
Horribly. It's suspended.
I mean,
Oh damn.
I mean, it's warranted, but I mean, I just feel like, you know what? You're legend, so I'll let slide.
I mean, imagine having to be like the parent, like having to be the one to tell the parent, yeah, your son's been suspended. What? Why? What did he do?
Having sex with his binder.
Damn.
If Sally Hawkins can have sex with a fish man, then your son can have sex with his binder.
But she wasn't exactly having sex with a fish man in front of the whole class.
You get what I mean.
Brian fucked the exhaust pipe on his car.
I don't have a car.
His dad's car.
He said, "Get down."
I guess car is a rundown piece of shit, so I don't want to hear shit. Let's talk about some more topics, some serious topics. So, little context for anyone listening to this. So, we recorded a podcast 2 weeks ago for these two movies, but that podcast actually got deleted, so we have to talk about them here too. So this is a jumble episode. So here you go. We get to have 2 extra movies to talk about. Next one is Mission Impossible Fallout 4.
What the Fallout 4? What the fuck?
6.
So, how is he?
Hell, you know, same old Ethan.
find it best not to look.
Okay, this joke. Okay, so how many of y'all?
And then the building explodes.
Okay, so how many of y'all have seen it?
Me.
I have seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, so who wants to go?
Mark, have you seen it? Wait, Mark, have you seen it?
Yes, let me start off by saying Mission Impossible Fallout is probably the best movie I've seen all year. It's like, it's got everything, it's characters, it's got the music, it's got the cinematography, it's got the writing, it's got characters.
It's funny because when Crimes does the voice like that, the joke is that he's not exactly meaning what he's saying. It's a very clever.
That sounds like what I try to do
joke.
for a video I have planned coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Shut up, Becky.
He sounded the exact same way when you talked about Jurassic World 2.
Oh God. See, when I go more ironic with what I say, I kind of just like repeat the exact same words, and I just start talking with the rhythm in my voice, and it's like, damn, you know. But no, I haven't
Doesn't
seen.
sound like Bill Burr. You know what? This movie sucks. Tom Cruise sucks. Simon Pegg sucks.
Simon Pegg sucks. The last good movie he made was Shaun of the Dead.
What?
That's the
Okay.
best he made.
I'm sorry. Yeah, was that an actual true statement?
No.
Or was that a joke? Okay, thank God.
World's End was pretty good.
Okay, thank you. And Hot Fuzz is great.
No.
Do you not like Hot Fuzz?
Do you like Hot Fuzz?
I've genuinely never found someone that doesn't like Hot Fuzz.
I don't like Hot Fuzz.
Wow.
Ow. I'm getting chest pains. Ow.
You might want to take some for that.
Ow. Mark just said that Hot Fuzz is bad, and that's an unironic.
Oh, come on. Wait, I already knew he said that. He rated it 3 stars on Letterboxd without a heart. You heartless bastard.
Yeah.
Heartless bastard.
Exactly. Ready?
See what it is. Okay, so,
okay.
If you ever want to talk to me, go on the YMS Discord or something.
Just hit him up on Grant. Since we're talking about Mission Impossible, I guess maybe. It's obvious that we should probably just give our thoughts on the previous installments. So, what do you guys think of the previous Mission Impossible series? Or the
Chris, can I quickly give my quick thoughts out?
Go ahead, man.
Previous one. All right. So the first one, I think is pretty solid. It's a really, really solid movie. Brian De Palma is I thought he did a really, really great job. It's very, very dated 90s, but I still really enjoy it.
I wouldn't say so.
It's very of its era. It's very, very 90s. Not in a bad way. I really, really like the first one.
Are you confusing with the sequel?
No, we'll talk about that in a second. But I thought Brian De Palma did a really, really solid job on the first. Again, I think it's slightly dated, but I still really, really enjoy it. For the second one is misunderstood, and I will explain why. It's directed by John Woo, and John Woo is one of the greatest directors of all time. And let me tell you why. Because he doesn't care. He throws so much shit at the wall, and he makes some of the most over the top, insane action movies of all time. He made Broken Arrow and Face Off, which are 2 movies I love. They're amazing. They're kino.
The question is, are they better than Crank? And Crank 2?
No, they're not as good as Crank. Crank is better than the entire career of.
You're right.
Pretty much, yeah, Crank is amazing.
Better than Religion.
And here's the thing. I actually kind of enjoy Mission Impossible 2 because it clearly knows what it's trying to be, and it's a stupid, dumb, extremely balls to the wall, dumb action movie, and I love it. I think it's hilarious. It makes me laugh. And it's like the opening scene is Tom Cruise climbing a mountain to get a pair of glasses in the desert. It's so stupid and dumb, but I find it funny. I think it's just like that perfect level of cheese that just makes it entertaining to me.
How much of that love is intentional?
It's as in like my feelings toward, or like the filmmakers.
The filmmaker's intention. Was it intended to be a comedy?
Maybe, but at the end of the day, like I mean, either way, I don't know if it was intentional or not. But like the thing is, with John Woo's other films, like have y'all seen Face Off? If you were in the same way, like okay, like does it work as like in the same franchise as Ghost Protocol and all the rest of them? Maybe not, but as it's like its own thing, probably not. Definitely maybe not. But I think it's its own thing. I think it's a like hilariously dumb, cheesy action movie that I have a bit of a guilty pleasure for. I don't know. I think it's hilarious. It makes me laugh, and it just. At the very least, if you're gonna call something like Mission Impossible 2 terrible, like I want to at least know that you've seen some of the director's other work, and that's not just like John Woo, man. He's amazing. He's a god. You need to see Face Off at least one time in your life.
Okay, so look, I still haven't seen the rest of John's movies, but I highly doubt it's gonna change my opinion.
Face Off.
Face Off is amazing.
I highly doubt
Face Off is a masterpiece. Face Off is a masterpiece.
It does change my opinion on Mission Impossible 2.
If that's the way you feel, then fair enough. But somebody who loves is just extremely.
I do really want to watch Hard Boiled though.
Do what? Yeah, Face Off. Yeah, no. Face Off is hilarious.
I said Hard Boiled.
Yes, but you need to see Face Off.
I will. I have it on VHS. It's the only movie.
That's the best way to watch it. Face Off is amazing. Yes, I love Face Off. Maybe like my favorite over the top Nicolas Cage movie. And then we anyway, that's besides the point. Then we get to Mission Impossible 3, which I think is another solid movie. Though that's like the one that I remember the least, except for the fact that Philip Seymour Hoffman is amazing in it as usual, and he's the best like bad guy in any of the films. It's good. The fourth one, I think is pretty. I think that's where I start to go. Like this is the 4-star area. Brad Bird has like lots of great comedy into it. I think the action scenes, like what was the building scene? What's the scene called? What's the building called?
I think it's Bridge Khalifa.
Yeah, Bridge Khalifa. I was close to saying the Mia Khalifa.
Wiz Khalifa. Tom Cruise climbs on Wiz Khalifa. That'd be epic.
And then Rogue Nation, which for a while was my favorite. I really enjoyed Rogue Nation. It's a really fun action movie, and it's got so much there's so much going for it. The action scenes are so good. And I haven't seen it in a while, but for a while I didn't think we'd be able to top it. And then Fallout came out. And oh, daddy, is it a freaking wild ride. It is a fun movie. I really thoroughly enjoyed Fallout way more than I thought I was going to.
Oh yeah, it's way better than all the other Mission Impossible movies for sure.
Can I give my thoughts on this here?
Yes.
Okay, so first one, great. I really enjoy it. Brad Pitt's direction is the scene where Tom Cruise is hanging from the ceiling and he's like. The
iconic.
Oh, yeah, it's iconic. I love that scene. And by the way, I will defend the scene where the helicopter goes in the cave until I die.
It's a good scene.
I mean, and also, the CG is kind of dated, especially considering.
I wouldn't call the CG. That's it. I wouldn't call the CG bad. I wouldn't call the CG.
No, I wouldn't either.
It's just green screen very dated.
Yeah, okay. It's just, especially considering how it came out 3 years after Jurassic Park, it's iconic for that kind of stuff. I mean, it is slightly dated, but that's nothing against it, though. And Mission Impossible 2, Jack, I just gotta say this. You're my boy. You've always been my boy, and I respect your opinions 100%. But I fucking hate Mission Impossible 2 with every fiber of my being. It's a terrible fucking film. I hate it. What are your issues? What are your issues with it? Okay, so where do I fucking start? Okay, here's the thing. Look, I get where you're coming from. That John, when I see the rest of John's movies, we'll see what my opinion is still on the movie once I watch the rest of John Woo's filmography. But I doubt I'll still like it because, for one thing, I can't enjoy it as an action movie because the directing's so shaky that I can't tell a fucking thing that's going on. The villain's bland. The Fanny Newton in the movie's fucking bland. The story is bland. Pretty much, it's a bland-ass movie. The cinematography is kind of fucking awful. The shaky cam is, like, most of the movies pretty much. In fact, actually, do you guys by any chance know who Emily Housel is?
No idea.
She's a letterbox person, and she's a film person. She has this tweet that pretty much sums up the movie. It's that she says that it's like 30 minutes of a movie that was stretched out using slow-mo, which I'm like, that makes sense.
Again, it's a John Woo movie, so expect lots of doves and slow-mo.
Will that take away from the fact that the villain sucks? And everything else sucks.
I guess the villain is very cliche, but I guess I wasn't that bothered by it. It's like, whatever.
In fact, because there's actually scenes that'd probably be cool if, one thing, like I said, the shaky cam and the slow-mo, I literally could not tell a fucking thing that was happening. The story's boring. What the fuck was Anthony Hopkins doing this movie for literally 2 minutes? God, it's just a bad movie. From a series that I love. That's not just the only one I don't like, it's like the only, legitimately awful one. I'm surprised that a turd that big is in this series. I don't know. I'll watch the rest of John Woo's films on my opinion stands, but I can't enjoy it even if the pleasure since like Jack does, just because I literally cannot tell what fucking thing's going on. Okay, Mission Impossible 3. A lot of people think it's just average, mediocre. I really like that movie. I love Philip Seymour Hoffman's villain. I wholeheartedly agree with Jack that he's the best villain of the series. Just because he feels like an actual villain. I mean, I love his villains in the rest of the films, but that's just the main one that I feel like is just the best villain overall. I love the story.
It's you like Philip Seymour Hoffman, you fanboy.
Well, I mean, can you blame him?
Yeah, Philip Seymour Hoffman. Dude,
Philip Seymour Hoffman is top 10 actors.
Dude, I love him so fucking much. Why do you have to go? Kids don't do heroin, choose life. I love the story in it. I love what J.J. Abrams brought in it. It's just a solid entry in the series. It's like, what more do you expect? And Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol is, well, you probably heard of the hype for it by now, but the hype is warranted. It's a fucking great action movie. It's super entertaining. There's tons of scenes that just keep you right on the edge of your seat. Simon Pegg is great as always. Jeremy Renner is great as always. Tom Cruise is great as always. The action scenes, particularly the one on the Burj Khalifa.
The Mia Khalifa.
The Mia Khalifa. And I love Brad Bird's directing that movie so much. I love Brad Bird in general. He has yet to make a bad movie.
Yeah. This is best. Or not World Tomorrow. Tomorrowland is his best movie.
That was obviously another it's funny because he's sarcastic.
Tomorrowland isn't that bad. Come on.
I kind of like Tomorrowland.
Okay,
the ending's kind of.
Okay, quick opinion on Tomorrowland. First 2 acts good. Third act boring as hell.
I wouldn't call it boring. I think the last act kind of falls a little flat on itself.
Yeah, but
it wasn't Brad Bird's fault.
It was probably Disney because you know how Disney is with their creative control. But
what creative control?
Exactly.
Anyway.
Thank you.
Right. What? Shut up, or we will have to silence you.
What the fuck did I do?
Be quiet. Just stop trying to expose our conglomerate leaders.
Oh, that's what you're doing. Okay. I was like, bro, you were fucking talking while I was talking to Mission Impossible. However, that's fine.
You do not interrupt me when I'm talking about my Tonka franchise.
You will not talk over my fetish. Okay, so continuing. I love Ghost Protocol and I love Rogue Nation as well. Directing, action scenes, it's pretty much everything you want from the series. And it's I think Ghost Protocol is better, but I do feel like that along with Ghost Protocol is just the series is just amped. They can make 10 of these fucking movies. I wouldn't care. Just give me 10 Mission Impossible movies. I'll be good. I give less of a fuck whatever series is going on to 10.
It's like the polar opposite of something that's just the exact same.
Fast and Furious.
Again. Yeah, I was gonna say Fast and Furious. It's just we're gonna watch another movie where they drive cars.
Wait, did you see the 8th one?
Yeah.
They take down a tank with cars.
The Rock throws a missile with his hands.
Fucking pushes a missile into his hands. Cars.
Boring.
A bunch of cars fall from a building because of Charlie's there on controlling shit.
Oh, Charlize Theron is... Okay, never mind. It's a masterpiece.
Okay, I love Charlize Theron. What the fuck was she doing in that movie? Okay, I have a huge guilty pleasure with the Fast and Furious movies. God, they are not good.
I don't like Fast and the Furious movies. I only like...
I've never seen a single one. I've never seen any of them.
You've seen the 8th one, haven't you?
No, I said I didn't see the 8th.
Oh, Impossible?
I saw the 8th Fast and Furious. Okay. Yeah. I find enjoyment in watching them, but I'm not going to say they're fucking masterpieces, because... Oh, boy. Okay,
if you enjoy... just FYI, I'm going to just go out on a limb and say I can guess the reasons why you like Mission Impossible, why you like the Fast and the blah blah blahs. It's the same reason I like Mission Impossible 2. That puts some context into things.
Actually, that's fair. That's actually very, very fair. But, I mean, at least I can tell what the hell is happening.
Can you, though?
Yes, I can.
Something about
Yeah. Okay, yeah, Rogue Nation's great. I love the story a bit, and, yeah, there's not really much else to say. Villain probably could have been slightly better, but whatever. And now...
I would say Rogue Nation / Fallout have two of the best villains. That's the second best villain besides Philip Seymour Hoffman.
So, now we're on to Fallout. One thing, 6th entry, and, dare I say it, it's the best one. Without doubt, it's probably the best of
it is the best.
And we're on number 6. Jesus.
Yeah.
And also, I used to complain, and Tom Cruise bruised me, that they should have had more direct range. Because first one De Palma, second one Wu, third one Abrams, fourth Bird, and fifth McQuarrie, then sixth McQuarrie. And I'm like, whoa, why couldn't you get different directors? But after seeing the actual movie, I could give less of a fuck about that.
I couldn't count.
Jesus Christ.
It's so much
way better job with this one than he did with Rogue Nation. Like, I love his directing Rogue Nation, but I feel like in this one, Jesus.
It is
my God. This is some of the best shots I've seen in a film for like the last 5 years. I love every shot from this fucking film.
Wow. Really? I mean...
Okay, no, it's just, I love the cinematography in the movie. It's so beautiful.
No.
Okay, well, it's
So Brian, now that you've done talking about how great it is, how about we let Mark talk about how much he hates it and how it's the worst movie of all time?
Yeah. Okay, why?
So why do you hate this movie? Why do you hate this movie?
Okay, so let's start. A long time ago, when I was, let's say, 8, I watched the first Mission Impossible movie. And I fucking hated it.
It's just like, man, there's like no depth to any of these characters.
I'm just imagining you at 8, just like you at 8 years old, just talking to your parents and you're just being completely pretentious.
Like, Bob, this is not. These characters are awfully written. Brian De Palma, he's a hack.
I did that with the SpongeBob episode when I was like 10.
Mom, this is not like Jean-Luc Godard.
Charlie Kaufman would never write anything like this.
Black and white, French.
Yeah.
God damn it. Okay.
Myself. Oof.
I don't really. Okay, for real here. I don't really care about any of them until Ghost Protocol. That's just me. I don't like. They have some very interesting actors. So I'll give them they're not huge for me. Ghost Protocol kind of like turned me around though from the whole thing. I started liking them a little bit more than I did like the original. I think the best one I saw was Rogue Nation. I actually liked it. I liked Rogue Nation.
Mark likes a movie?
Thank you. And this is a very interesting story. I watched this movie that we're talking about. What's the fuck's its name?
Fallout New Vegas.
Okay, I watched Fallout New Vegas.
Sorry, I know this is Mark's turn to speak and everything, but I have to give McQuarrie props to this because let me tell you something. He actually made me enjoy watching Henry Cavill in the movie, and for that alone, he deserves 10 Oscars.
He and Woody Allen are the only two. He and Woody Allen are the only two directors that made me actually care about Henry Cavill. Well done.
Wait, what was Henry Cavill? Wait, what? What?
Whatever works.
Wait, whatever works.
He was in that, and he has a really nice mustache in that too. And Woody Allen didn't have to CG that one off either. Like you said, directing's great, cinematography's amazing, action scenes absolutely amazing. Like everything's. I hate to be that guy. It's like, oh wow, you're so amazing, so amazing. Everything was amazing. But that's pretty much me during all 2.5 hours, which by the way flies by if you're really into it. All performances are great. Action scenes are extremely well directed. It's everything a sequel should be. And it's just, I feel like it'd be the best possible way to end the series. Even though, like I said, I can't give less of a fuck if they made 10. Just because I love these movies so much that I wouldn't mind if they kept making them. But at the same time, this would be such a perfect way to just end the whole series. But, I mean, they'll probably make like 7 more. But, like I said, hyped, but I feel like maybe they probably ended here. It'd probably be for the best. But, yeah, for being the 6th film in this series, I think that what it did was just, like, really, really incredible. What they were able to, they still got it. But one thing is that, you know how I said earlier about the not getting a new director for this one? I feel like, imagine fucking Denis Villeneuve directed Mission Impossible film.
That'd be fucking horrible, honestly.
Oh.
Like, yeah,
my dream, bitch.
As much as I love Denis Villeneuve, his style
does not
is
direct action.
Yeah.
He does do action well in his films. He does tension and suspense really well, but he cannot do action.
Which Mission Impossible also does great, so.
But I'm saying, like, a lot of the selling point for Mission Impossible franchise is the action. Like, there's always that set piece that you remember from each film. Like, I mean, the ending fight, like, set piece in Blade Runner, like, the open, the whoosh thing.
Offer some positivity. How about James Gunn for the next one? Please.
Hey.
Yes.
Please.
Do it as a big fuck you to Disney.
Please. And honestly, that's not me trying to piss off Disney for the millionth time. Think about a James Gunn direct Mission Impossible movie. And hopefully him being back in the spotlight will finally allow him to release the R-rated cut of Scooby-Doo. Yes, I'm still on that shit.
It's like,
yes.
Damn.
It's Blue Sweet hooked on a feeling while, like, Tom Cruise is just dancing down a hallway, which is just in fire. Ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka.
What if he was able to somehow connect Guardians of the Galaxy? I don't know, it's just a random idea.
Tom Cruise goes to space and meets the Guardians.
Mission Impossible in space. Isn't that always the best route for sequels? Anyone else got anything else to say for Mission Impossible? Please say something.
I have nothing to add.
Okay, does that mean that me and Mark can duke it out?
Can I just get? I'll quickly say. I thought the film was. I do have some criticisms with it. I don't think it's a perfect film. I don't think it's a masterpiece. I don't think it's like one of the greatest films I've ever seen. I don't expect it to get a Criterion release.
It should though.
But it's a really entertaining action movie and it has some great action in there. I will say that the first 20-ish minutes are kind of slow. I thought the beginning was a little, it was alright. I was not really all that thrilled about the free falling scene. I don't know, I just, the free falling scene at the beginning, the scene at the beginning where they're falling through the sky, it was fine, but I wasn't like, I don't know, it looked very fake to me. Of course I didn't exactly expect them to film it like real or anything, but it didn't really feel very real, and I didn't really feel like they were really going to be losing much. It was it was. I don't know. I just didn't find it very convincing.
What are your final thoughts on Mission Impossible?
It's fucking amazing. I didn't go into enough detail, but I absolutely loved it.
It's a very, very entertaining action film, and so far it's in my top 10 of the year. But
what is your favorite movie so far again, Jack?
It's a tie, but it's a tie between Hereditary and Isle of Dogs. I think they're both fantastic.
Yeah, and currently my number one's at a tie. Well, I mean, actually, no, it's not a tie. My number one started Wild You, then Fallout.
Okay.
I think
can I quickly just ask something before we finish up, Brian?
Yes.
So what So what about Fallout puts it above Isle of Dogs in your case? Because I just want to know, because like what was like, okay, this makes it better. And this is judgment. I'm just curious why you enjoy that one more.
It's just that I just loved it so much. And it's also that
you just got bored from it. That's fine.
I think I probably got even more from it than I did from Isle of Dogs and Hereditary.
Okay, fair enough.
So anyone? What's our next topic? Can me and Mark duke it out?
We're talking about the Meg. We're gonna talk about the Meg.
Shut up, Meg.
Let's talk about the Meg.
Meg.
Chew on this, you ugly.
Okay.
Who's seen it?
I've seen it.
Does it count if I wish I have?
Yes.
It's exactly what you expect it to be.
Like I'll quick sorry, I want to just quickly get my thoughts on the Meg out. So here's the thing. It was a Friday night, and me and my friends were just like, hey, let's just go like to the shops after school and just hang out for a bit. And then it got to like 5 or 6 p.m. and they were like, screw it. Do you guys want to go see the Meg? And I went into it and I'm like, this is gonna be the funniest movie. This is going to be hilarious. I cannot wait to watch this. Just please be funny. I don't care. Just like all I want it to be is just completely ridiculous, dumb, funny. Just please just be completely ridiculous and stupid and off the wall. Yeah. And here's the thing. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but The Meg is one of the most disappointing films I've seen all year.
Oh.
And that's not what
I expect nothing. I'm still disappointed.
I expected pretty much nothing, and it couldn't even deliver on the thing that I thought I was going to be promised. It's really not that funny. It plays it. The weird thing is, it's kind of like in this one area that's right before so bad it's good, and just before just competent. It's just like in this little gray area that's like it's not. The thing is, it's not exactly hard to watch. Because admittedly, like the performances are fine. The child acting is not very good, but like the acting is fine. The characters are fine.
Wait. Check.
Yeah.
The face when you gave the Meg a 6, but Die Hard a 5.
Oh.
Come on, Mark.
I did it.
Shots fired, Jack.
Did the thing.
Shots fired, Jack.
Okay.
So the thing is, it's just like I went in thinking like this is gonna be hilarious, and I think in terms of unintentionally hilarious scenes, like I laughed like 2 or 3 times, and that was it. It was like it's just like I wanted to like laugh way more. I wanted to be like this is gonna be the funniest thing I've ever seen, and like it was nothing. It was like watching a wall. And it's just like, no, stop. And here's the thing, my audience, the cringy normies in my audience were like, he got eaten. It's just like, but the thing is, sometimes in a so bad it's good monster movie, the reasons why it's funny is because it's completely like ridiculous, over the top, and unexpected. And there's a scene where a fat guy's like, they hold the camera on the fat guy who's for no reason is swimming in the water after he falls out for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, he's so obviously gonna get eaten. Like, stop pretending like this isn't gonna happen. And it's like this. It's so obvious. And when he gets eaten, it's just not funny. Or the scene like where Rainn Wilson gets like, oh, he's not gonna get eaten. Oh, he gets eaten. And it's not funny. It's not clever or funny. I didn't like why. It's dumb and not in a good way.
Yeah. I mean, I admit it wasn't as tongue in cheek and hilarious as I hoped it would be.
Okay, I know
it's not competently made though.
There's some really good aspects behind it, honestly. There's some admirable ones.
Sorry. Okay, I know I keep saying like I wish I could have seen it, but honestly, if being unironic, it just like it didn't look unironically good, or it didn't even look like awful. It just looked so like generic, and it's such an obvious ripoff of Jaws. And not okay. I hate like ripoff Reed. But
here's the thing. The thing is, if it's a ripoff of this movie as iconic as like Jaws, it's I think the only reason why people will say that is because, well, shark.
No, okay, that's what I was just about to say. It's not because of the shark. It's also because, well, team of people hunt down a shark and try and kill it. Jaws.
Again, that is, you know, again,
it's like Jaws with the sensibilities of Fast and the Furious.
Okay, please tell me there's a scene where Jason.
Straight.
Please tell me there's a scene where Jason Statham hooks a car battery up to himself and jumps in the fucking water.
No, there's.
I wish.
Hey,
I'm not watching a piece of shit.
Hey, Brian, there's a scene where Jason Statham is swimming to the fucking Megalodon while singing "Just Keep Swimming, Just Keep Swimming."
Oh, fuck!
There's dead straight. That actually is in the movie. That's not even a.
It's in the movie.
Oh, fuck yes! No,
it's in the movie. I laughed. I kicked.
That being said, they do straight up rip an exact scene off from Jaws. Like, it's not even like, oh,
I knew it.
No, it's a direct scene. Like, do you know that bit in Jaws where there's like, the guys, they find a different shark, and then Richard Dreyfuss is like, oh, the bite radius is different. That's literally what happens in the movie. They find a different shark, and one of them goes like, hey, the bite radius is different than the regular shark. It's like, oh yeah, I bet the meg's definitely not out there. It's probably not going to eat the fat guy that's still swimming in the water for no reason.
Jeez, you sound really angry about this movie.
It made me, it was frustrating, especially that stupid ending where like there's about like 300 people swimming in the ocean,
that was
beach,
great.
and the megalodon is like directly under them, and there's like 500 people in the water, and not even one of them is like has the courtesy to look down.
I know.
That was great. That was so good. It's like the fucking guy in the beach ball, the guy in the big old beach ball.
Like, yeah, but it's like it was like I'm cool if it wants to like do something over the top like that, but it's just like, I'm sorry. It was just frustrating. I'm just like, come on.
I saw it in 3D.
It would be funny if one of them was just like, oh my god, there's a shark below us or something. That would have been
funny.
There's a shark. There's a shark in the water or something like that. I don't know, just stuff like that where I'm like, yeah, like I get sometimes it's a big shark movie. You kind of have to like, what's the word?
At least one person has to notice that giant goddamn shark below.
If they're like, one, that kind of just destroys the movie's logic, because they're saying like, oh, it's like 20 meters long, exactly. And not one person in an ocean where there's 300 people directly above it even looks down, looks down. I'm sorry, I go out to the beach and when there's 20 people around me, I can't even not look down.
When I go to the beach, I'm always worried there's gonna be a fucking shark.
And they also pretend like, oh, it's like probably like 10 meters up, and yet it's being able to swim in shallow beach water. Like, guys, come on.
Jack. Is the ending to this film fucking everything goes fucking wrong? The shark eats everyone, and then Rainn Wilson looks at the shark like, this one doodle that can't be undone, home skillet.
Nope, as much as I wish. And it was one doodle that can't be undid.
One doodle that can't be undid, home skillet.
Bro, I fucking love this cameo in June very much. Oh, speaking of Richard Gordon's here, something you have to talk about.
Wait. Let me. Okay, Jack and Jeff, I respect your opinions and I love you. But I'm gonna tell y'all why y'all are wrong. Meg is great.
I didn't say I didn't like it.
Okay, Jeff, I love you. But Jack, I'm gonna tell you why your bitch ass is wrong.
Oh God.
Hey, Meg it's not that bad. It's really not.
Is it though? Like, I went into it expecting like this is not gonna be good, but it should be funny, and it wasn't. It wasn't even like good bad. It was just like lame.
It was boring.
I did too.
I guess the thing is, I can't really say I was ever bored, but I was just like, come on, just like, it was frustrating. I would call it frustrating.
Dude, okay, so for some reason, the story actually worked. You know, y'all saw the 2D viewing, like the normal standard version?
Yeah, the 2D, yeah. There wasn't even a 3D session, I think. I don't think we got a 3D session.
Dude, that 3D legit made that made the movie. Like, you know how like in normal, like if it's underwater, like there's the bubbles and it's like stuff around like the edges of the screen. You know how that is there?
Yeah. Pops out 3D movie in like ages.
Pops out and works. It actually, for some reason,
I'll take your word for it. I don't think I'm ever going to go back and rewatch it, but I'll take your word for it.
I was like, what?
Jax, how about you and I do a rabbit stream? We can try and somehow get like a free copy to watch of a rabbit.
No, I'm not gonna have the movie I previously rated 2 stars get the rewatch symbol on my letterbox.
It's not that bad, honestly. Like, I went in with the exact same expectations as you, and I was honestly pleasantly surprised.
The thing is, though, like, whenever it, like, even, like, when it's trying to be, like, does legit comedy, like, obviously intentional comedy, like, I found it normie. It's, like, really normie cringe content. Like, I didn't laugh at any of, like, the intentional jokes. Like, oh, I said you watch Shark Week, funny.
Shark Week.
It's funny because it's a thing I know.
Jack, your review made me interested. Does this movie count as hentai?
Oh yeah, because the Asian woman gets attacked by tentacles.
Oh yeah, I get it. That's great.
Yeah.
It's weird because the trailers made it look like a comedy, but it's not really a comedy.
Yeah.
It's a drama with comedic moments.
It's a drama, but it's basically Prisoners, but with a shark.
Oh, it's Prisoners, but with a shark. Yeah, pretty much.
What a comparison!
Every day he's out there looking for this shark, and every day she's wondering where that shark is.
Where the shark is in there? It's great, dude. But it's not that bad, honestly. The CGI, it's pretty dank. Not gonna lie.
Some of it is like decent, but there's like a lot of like just dog shit CGI in it though.
Certified fresh from practice. But what stood out in your mind?
Crime seal approval, hell yeah.
What CGI stood out in your mind is dog shit?
I can't remember. Like a lot of it's just. Do you know like how with some traumatic memories you kind of block them out of your mind? That's just what I've done with the Meg.
The Meg. Oh god, no. But like there was some nice little things. Like whenever like the Meg would come out of water and it would be like the head was like real.
Yeah.
Little things like that. Like it's like the Jaws ride at Orlando Studios that used to be there.
I've seen videos of that. I wish. Yeah, they closed that before I got to ever go. That's a bummer.
It was so. I went there when I was younger, and I was so fucking scared because I almost dropped my teddy bear in there.
Oh.
I still have it, dude. He got ripped up by like 6 different dogs. He's had a tough life, but he still sings "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star."
So are we good? So are we done with the Meg?
So,
Meg.
What are your ratings for the Meg, guys?
I give it a 6. Actually a 7. 6.5.
My man, like 7. Good job. I give it a
Mark, what about you? Okay.
It's okay. So I know it's big and it's stupid, and I feel like that there is that aspect of it. It's also surprisingly in-depthful with the character. Like it tries to actually build characters, even if it does feel forced and kind of unnatural. It still tries, and for most of the part, it hits. For most of the time, there's also it's normie humor. It's like there's some bits where it's like okay, they get it. Like they at least get like I hate the YMS complaint where it's like oh my god it's for Asian, it's off of Asian.
But they did like with that ending. It was kind of pandering to Thailand. I mean, it was a bit like they. Yeah, I mean,
all these blockbusters. Cooperating with like China, you gotta get in those. Yeah, China nowadays.
Done with the Meg.
So what? Is there any other topical films that you guys have seen? Wait. Sorry. There's another film. Wait, I want to ask. Have we all seen First Reformed?
These are frightening times. We have to be patient.
Well, somebody has to do something.
Are you washed in the blood, in the soul cleansing blood of the Lamb? Are your garments spotless? Are they white as snow?
My hands shake as I write these lines.
Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb?
Can God forgive us for what we've done to this world?
Who can know the mind of God?
Yeah,
Great. Do we want to talk about First Reformed?
Sure, why not?
Sure, hell yeah. First and foremost, let's go.
Let's go first.
Jeffrey, you go first. You haven't. We've kind of put it aside now. So.
What can I say? It's probably my favorite movie of the year so far.
Wow.
It's incredibly shot. Ethan Hawke, I think one of his all-time best performances ever. It's amazingly directed. I don't know how to articulate my thoughts about it. There's so much to this movie that it's so well made, and the character arc that Ethan Hawke's character goes through I don't know what to say.
It's a great character study.
Yes.
Those type of character study movies like this.
Yeah. Okay. It's an amazing movie. Favorite movie of the year so far. See it. Watch it as soon as you get a chance.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
Mark, you gave it a 5, so I want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah. I dropped it to a 4.5.
Okay. 9 for you.
It is a 9. It's so good. It's the second best movie of the year.
Besides Jurassic World.
Jurassic World is the best movie of the year. First Farm is great. It's probably the most depressing film of the year, not only because it deals with existential crisis, but it also has to deal with the fact that it basically says humanity is fucked and we fuck ourselves into a corner. It's terrifying. It's probably the most horrifying film I've seen in quite a long time. It's genuinely not the end. It's more like the implications and the ideas that it deals with. Just the whole.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Yeah.
It's like horrifying. It's like, okay, so yeah, the environment's dying. What can we do about it? We
live in a society where our society is dying.
It's oh my god, Jack, are we hipsters now? Good god.
We live in a society.
It's the 1%. God damn it. On top of that, I also think Ethan Hawke is fantastic. My only two real issues has to be like just how on the nose it is with its like themes and commentary and just overall.
I'll talk about I agree. I'll talk about that in a bit when I get to
that, and it's a bit too taxi driven. Like it feels like way too much of the exact same thing that Paul Schrader's been doing.
I agree. It was very reminiscent of that. What was that? Dog Eat Dog. Yeah, very similar films if you think about it.
That's an interesting comparison, other than the fact that they're both by the same director for some reason.
Yeah, they're very similar movies if you know what I'm saying.
It's funny that Paul Schrader has done he's done tons of other stuff, but he's done a few direct-to-DVD movies, like direct-to-DVD Nicolas Cage films. I find it funny because the Blu-ray cover of this movie, at least in America, looks like a fucking direct-to-video action Christian movie.
Yeah, good God.
Bro, shit.
Action Christian. Good God, I want to see what that looks like.
It's not as bad as it sounds, but it's not a very good cover.
I hate to recommend Family Guy, but it feels okay. So there's one episode of Family Guy where Peter Griffin is watching in Mel Gibson's house, and he sees this trailer for something like Passion of the Christ 2. It's like Jesus and Chris Tucker like shooting at people. That's exactly what the movie that couple would represent. That's all.
Right. Do you have anything else to say quickly?
Okay. First one is fucking great. Ethan Hawke's performance is absolutely. I can sometimes be somewhat critical on acting, but Ethan Hawke's performance is fucking amazing. In fact, I think that's an understatement. Like, the Before trilogy is my favorite thing in the world, but Ethan Hawke's performance in this outshides everything else he's done that is so fucking good. Oh my god. It's at one point you don't see Ethan Hawke, you see Reverend Toller. Okay, I'll not be jerking off these films. Cinematography is amazing, particularly the opening scene with the shots of the church. It's amazing. The directing's amazing. Most of the acting is fantastic. Okay. Yeah, but at least most of the people give amazing performances. And the message, like usually when a political aspect is this prevalent in the story, they usually get too rich with it. Which why I messed with me about that is review. But even then, it's just like I don't really feel like they went too on the nose. The only time I ever felt was on the nose was that one scene of of Cedric the Entertainer when he said like, "Oh, we live in a world of violent video games. People are going nuts." It's like, oh, man.
It seems today that all you see is violence in movies.
In movies, you have to see that. It's really the only part where I can develop this like really on the nose. But I think the biggest problem I have is that I hate to complain about slowness because I like slow burns in movies. But I feel like the first act.
You don't need it. You don't need it if it's slow or boring. You don't have to like complain.
I didn't feel bored. In fact, I never felt bored during any part of the movie. It's just that I feel like the first act could have picked up a little bit more. I feel like there are some scenes that probably go on for a little bit too long. I don't say this movie has to have like extremely fast, quick pacing, but maybe like pick it up a little bit the first act. But I feel like the second and third act pick that up a little better. And the ending is probably, I hate to think about the starter, but it may be my favorite ending of the year so far.
Yeah.
I have there's an HD rip of the ending on YouTube, and I've replayed that motherfucking thing so many times. It's just such an interesting ending to think about. Like, I've watched like an ending explained video. It's so interesting to think about the little things in the ending. Like, I guess we can spoil it since it's been out for a while, and everyone here's seen it.
Wait. George, have you seen it?
He's seen it. I guess
seen
not.
it? Is George still here? George, where you left?
I have no idea where he went.
Well, rest in peace, George. Can I give my thoughts? Okay, also,
sure.
Cool. Alright, I'm slightly in the minority in this. I think it's a great film. I would say I thoroughly enjoyed it. I agree. I think maybe the first 20 minutes could have been a bit better, a little faster, the pacing. That makes sense. I just thought it was slightly slow, and it's just like I thought it just didn't like really, grab for me in that well in the beginning. But as it went on, I thought.
But basically, what I'm trying to say is this movie sucks. I thought the pacing was terrible. Thought the acting sucked.
Finally, somebody I skip behind.
Here's the thing.
Persuaded me.
I think, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and I say, though I agree with the themes of this film, and I agree that there are definitely parts where I'm like, yeah, what they're saying, it's very true. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I think First Reformed is not largely, but slightly pretentious. I think it's a bit pretentious.
Maybe a little bit.
I think it's a bit pretentious at points, and sometimes I feel like it can. I know you guys gonna hate me for it, but I feel like sometimes it kind of goes a little bit up its own. I liked it too. I'm just saying. I think sometimes it kind of got a little bit up its own ass.
Are you talking about the scene?
Oh, the scene like when they're floating around this world in green screen. Like, just can you please not? Like, we get it. Yes. I love it. It felt like it just felt desperate. It's just like, we added in this like mystical scene because it's an A24 movie and it's artsy. It's just like, please stop. Please.
I even really like that scene. It's just that I feel I do kind of get feeling the scene where like it went on for a little bit long. And I didn't really feel like the point of it really being there.
It didn't
like the rituals that Amanda Seyfried does, like everything like that. But even that, I was like, this isn't really 100% prevalent to the actual story.
Yeah, it wasn't needed, and I was just like, just felt like needlessly like artsy, and just like, wow, it's so deep and like, stop, please.
Oh, that's exactly how the director talks. Have you seen interviews with him? That's exactly how he talks.
It's like, I'm a taxi driver. I can do anything.
He talks exactly like that.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have to look him up later, but like, yeah.
Wait.
Other than that, I thought it was really great. Ethan Hawke, I wouldn't say like. I thought you said like his performance was mind blowing. I think I thought he was really good. I think that's a bit of a stretch for me. I thought it was a really good performance. I would say he put it amongst his best, not his best. I thought he was really good. I thought Amanda Seyfried, as always. Not as always, but I thought Amanda Seyfried was really good. I thought the ending was very good. I really loved the ending. I agree. I think the ending is the best, the best stuff in the whole movie. And my only other question maybe's left me is how would whiskey and Pepto-Bismol taste?
Probably
disgusting, probably.
And also, basically, I keep talking about First Reformed, but I'm not giving up attention to Amanda Seyfried's performance. She was also really good.
She was,
even not give a better performance, but I still love Amanda Seyfried. In fact, I've never thought much of Amanda Seyfried. Like, it's just like, oh, she's just acting.
I'll say this. This movie confirmed that I have now got a big crush on Amanda Seyfried.
I would go there, but I mean,
she's very cute.
She is very cute, but I mean, like, I mean, I don't know. I haven't really liked her too much, but this movie is just like, wow, she can act.
She's really, yeah. She's one of those people, like, if you give her a good script, she'll definitely act it out. She's a solid actress.
Yeah. And, yeah.
Oh, Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia.
I did. Mamma Mia, let me go.
Okay, wait. Okay, let me offer a rebuttal to your issues. Y'all
go ahead.
I'm
willing to. I'm not a bigot. I'm willing to hear other opinions.
Fucking bigot. I'm like weirdo. Probably joking off the r/the Donald. But don't worry, guys. You'll have to look into it for that joke. But First Reformed, it's probably another reason why I gave it a 9 is because it's so precise with everything. I mean, I remember Brian saying that he didn't like it, or he didn't like the fact that he couldn't really connect to it.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so basically, my feelings that during the first act, I went basically in the podcast. I was like I mean, the first like 25 to 30 minutes, like I was liking it, but I wasn't like loving it. I didn't really feel connected to the actual character.
No, yeah, I agree. That was with me. I thought like the first 25 minutes, I was like, it's good, but I didn't really feel very invested. I'm sorry, I cannot speak.
It's just I feel like the other two acts are like too much, but like really.
Yeah, it definitely gets better as it goes on. It's a really stupid, pretentious scene in there, but other than that, no.
I'll agree with that, but I think for the most part, that whole lack of understanding and just lack of interest, it's also a way of showing the viewer how the main character himself thinks of the world and how he sees everything. That he has no interest in the events that happen around his life. He just goes by and he does it without any care. Until second act kicks in and things get more instant and interesting, and as the character gets interested and intrigued into this plot that begins to unravel. I mean, it's not even really a plot, it's like life.
Yeah,
And life begins to unravel, and you become more interested. And I feel like that works perfectly because you go from such mundane and boring dullness to like understanding the character's mindset and
if that's the same case, I feel like that was kind of what if that's the case, then I'll say that's very lucky for the film. First performance, it's great, 8 out of 10.
It's great. Yeah. But okay, so we'll what do you guys want to go into next?
First, like speed round, real quick.
What?
Speed round, yeah, speed round.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I rewatched Into the Void. It was amazing again. I saw this movie called Wendy and Lucy starring Michelle Williams. And it's like, oh my god, it's really, really sad. It's depressing. She's on the run, like she's running around like Canada. She's like homeless and she has a dog named Lucy. And it's super sad. And it's like, gave sniffles and I cried a little bit. Anyways, I also saw Tron Legacy and it was great. It was a really good movie. And anybody who says it's not a good movie is a fucking idiot. I will fight anybody who says that it's bad. I also marathoned all of Twin Peaks. I saw Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm halfway through Twin Peaks The Return, and it's really good. I don't know. I'm struggling right now. I'm juggling, like, if I'm just to rate it right now, I'm juggling The Return a 4.5 or a 5. I also saw The After Party, which is the first film starring the rapper, one of my personal favorite rappers, newest rappers, Kyle, not the Kyle on the Take a Booth podcast, but the Kyle, the good rapper. He's pretty dope. He made that one-hit wonder, I Spy. He stars in a movie called The After Party, and it's on Netflix, and I really liked it, despite the fact that it's incredibly generic, and it's a bit forgettable, and it's a bit very predictable. But there's enough heart and style and quirkiness behind it, and there's some genuinely funny lines in here. It's like the opening scene is the guy rapping somebody in a toilet, because he thinks he's like a producer. people are like, all right, yo, like, it's just like some like intern, and he's like, yo, man, could you get your producer to come to like our show that we're having? And the guy's like, so a basement full of broke ass SoundCloud rappers with no bitches. Y'all want me to go to that? And they're just like, uh-huh. And they're like, it's gonna be lit as tits. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, it's stupid. It's funny though. I really, really liked it. I saw this short film by the LP Club. He's a pretty cool dude.
Oh yeah, I know. He's awesome.
I like his content. Yeah, I saw a short film where he gets teabagged by one of his friends. It's called Frolic. Yeah, it's pretty dope. I wrote a review of it. That's pretty dope. And that's about it. Oh, Fire Walk with Me was fantastic. It was amazing. I absolutely loved it. It was everything the show needed to. Like, it's the exact opposite of the show.
Okay.
It's like the show was like it's quirky. The show is like incredibly quirky, and it's like it takes itself seriously, but it's not like Fire Walk with Me. Fire Walk with Me is like, whoo boy, like the show alludes to like horrible stuff that's happened to the characters. Fire Walk with Me goes that extra step because it's rated R and it's a movie. It shows like one of like the most.
Don't spoil.
Okay, like it shows like I'm the same as like one of the greatest murder sequences ever. It's fantastic. But okay. If you ever want to watch Fire with Me, definitely watch the show first. I would recommend watching season 1 completely because season 1 is fantastic. Season 2 all the way up to like episode 8 or 9, and then it's basically just becomes filler from there, which is kind of sad. But the final 2 episodes of season 2 are amazing, and I mean amazing. Like the last episode of season 2 is like one of the greatest things David Lynch has ever done. It's like it's so surreal and it's so weird, and the cliffhanger ending. Like, if you've at least heard Peaks, you know that there's like a cliffhanger at season 2, and people were like, what the fuck happened? And it's great. It's amazing. I actually got a Twin Peaks shirt like halfway through season 2. I went to Hot Topic. I went to the mall to push up.
So you're an edgelord now?
Yes, I went to Hot Topic.
Yeah, I went to Hot Topic. Who doesn't go to Hot Topic?
Great story. You don't leave them alone just because they're evil.
I just didn't like the music that they were playing.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, it's great. I had their shirt. Pretty dope. I really like it. It's a great show. Everybody should watch it. And that's report of the week.
Alright, let me get it.
First and foremost, we already talked a lot about it. It's a great movie, 8 out of 10. Then a couple days later, I was actually in New Jersey when I watched this movie. Watched Harry Potter. I loved it. Wait, what? You joined it. I watched Harry Potter, the Prisoner of Azkaban. Can't tell me anything of the Harry Potter series. This one is my favorite so far, for sure. I loved it.
It kind of, just FYI, it kind of goes a little downhill, and then you get up to like the last one. It's just like, oh yes.
Okay. But I love Alfonso Cuarón so much. I kind of wish we did the rest of the series, but at the same time, we wouldn't have had Children of Men, so I got to shut the fuck up. Then a couple days later, I saw 8th grade. Well, 8th grade. We were talking about that. A day later, I watched Shane for the first time. Absolutely amazing. Loved it. Michael Fassbender growing that penis. And the next day, or technically at midnight, I watched the first time Wet Hot American Summer, which I really enjoyed.
I can't. I'm sorry, just to butt in. I tried watching Wet Hot American Summer years ago, and I hated it. I thought it was awful. I hated it. It's so unfunny. And that's coming from someone that will like defend Paul Rudd and Amy Poehler like to the day they die. But like I couldn't like the comedy. It's just the worst.
In what?
It's just
in what movie?
Wet Hot American Summer.
Dude, I love Amy Poehler.
I love Amy Poehler too, and I hated that movie. It's just so funny.
One more thing, I rewatched the final season of Parks and Rec, and I cried like a bitch.
Oh yes.
I cried so fucking hard.
I love that bit at the end with Nick Offerman. He goes like, "I can't hold this smile forever."
I can't hold this smile forever. I look ridiculous.
Let's move on to movies that Jack actually likes.
Okay.
And that that Jeff should watch, that George should watch if he still can hear us. That is Happiness.
Oh, yeah, good movie.
Happiness. It's fantastic. I love it. I love Happiness.
I'm not being ironic when I say it's amazing. It's one of the best first time watches I've made in a while. I loved it. The drama's so compelling. The characters are so great. The message on what we do is search for happiness. I love that about it. I love the mix of extremely dark comedy.
It's really definitely like one of the most disturbing films I've ever seen. It's so good though.
It is.
And Philip Seymour Hoffman is like amazing in that movie. Hilarious, but amazing.
It's so disturbing. All performances are fantastic. Kirk Connors is a pedophile. Philip Seymour Hoffman as the guy who puts an envelope on his wall.
Oh yeah, the envelope on the wall scene. Just one of the best. That's one of those scenes that weirdly enough I can never get out of my head. It's just it's like such a great scene.
Oh God!
And I cannot wait to watch more Todd songs.
Jeffrey, you should watch Happiness. It's a fantastic.
I'll put it on my list.
Yeah,
watch it. It's Philip Seymour Hoffman. John Lovitz is in like the opening scene, and he's wonderful. It's so good. It's so good. And you know, Brian, are you aware it does actually have a sequel?
Exactly. That's what I was referring. I cannot speak anymore. That's why
I don't want to watch it.
What?
I don't want to watch the sequel, honestly. I love Happiness, but I don't want to watch that sequel.
So, the newest member of the podcast chat, Kuzron, or Tyler, Egyptian Chumba, whatever you want to call him, I've explained a DM with her that apparently Todd Solondz movies, I think they take place in the same world, or at least Happiness led during wartime. I think, oh yeah, both of the Dollhouse and Wiener Dog are actually also connected. Because apparently the main character working with Dollhouse actually runs with Greg Erwin's character in Wiener Dog. That kind of stuff that was explained by it.
I've seen, the only other film of his I saw like the first half of Wiener Dog and I didn't like it.
But you don't like it.
I like Wiener Dog.
Okay. I also watched The Hangover for the first time. Pretty good comedy. After that, things I was yelled at when it first came out. There's some jokes that feel straight ripped out of an Adam Sandler comedy. Not even just like bland Adam Sandler. It's more like, I think I wouldn't even go as far as to say some of the jokes feel like they're out of like Little Nicky Adam Sandler. Yeah, I went there. But overall, it's a really enjoyable, fun comedy. It's Hangover. I watched two masterpieces. One was Synecdoche in New York, which I watched the first time. Absolutely phenomenal. The two movies that I'm talking about here that are absolutely phenomenal are both starring Philip Seymour Hoffman. So, yeah. Synecdoche in New York, it's my favorite thing Charlie Kaufman has ever made now, probably. It's incredibly interesting, incredibly depressing. You're going to cry like a little baby probably when you watch it. But it's an absolutely great film. I can go more in depth on it. It's really got to analyze, but yeah. Also, later that day on Rabbit, I watched Killed Captain Alex.
Oh yes.
Moral of the story is everyone you got knows kung fu. Okay, and also, if you guys haven't noticed, I finished all the filmography of Wes Anderson. I watched his short film Hotel Chevalier. I mean, that's good short film. It's like I believe it's a prequel to Darjeeling Limited. I could be wrong. Good short film, that was to say. Also, I watched another short film that day. Humpty Jones Stops the School Shooting.
I haven't watched it yet. I want to.
What more? Honestly,
I don't know why I haven't watched it yet. I love Monkey.
I haven't watched anything else from him, so it was kind of weird watching it.
Oh, dude. Okay.
But it was fun.
You need to watch his Monkey's Survival Guides, which is like a parody of like Ned's Declassified, but it's like it's like talking about political crap and how to save money, and it's hilarious.
I can't wait. Okay, so yeah, it's a funny short film. Also, I haven't watched a Woody Allen film in a while, and you can't tell. Well, disregarding all the shit about Woody Allen in real life, I'm a huge fan of his films. You guys have known by now, and I haven't watched a new film by him in a while. So I watched To Rome with Love, which is a pretty good film by him. It's one of his lessers for sure, but it's definitely an enjoyable time. All the acting's great. I have to say, it's really enjoyable film. Also, I watched Action Film. It was bad. all I have to say.
Wow, I can't. Man, I'm shocked. I was really surprised when I saw you gave that 2-star rating.
Well, hi. I know you're joking.
Guys.
Action Point was exactly what I expected to be. Here's the thing. I liked it better than Jack did, more than Jeffrey did. That's mainly only because I am very interested in the story of Action Park, and I feel like it could have made for a much better movie. So I feel like I'm biased just because of how interested in the story I am. Even then I felt the execution of the story in terms of the film was, for the most part, it's like whatever. It's like
was it accurate though?
It looked more like it focused on the gags instead of actually telling the story of Action Park.
Okay, well, yeah, that's what kind of ruined it. But I feel like anytime when they did focus on how crazy Action Park was, which wasn't that much, but when they did, it was enough for me to be like, well, this could make for a much better movie about the park. But it's like, at least I have something with me. The rest of it, though, pretty much garbage.
Yeah.
Most of the jokes not all the jokes are absolutely awful. When a joke doesn't work, it fucking crashes on itself. I don't mind raunchy humor. You're looking at one of the biggest drawn together fans you'll ever meet. But at the same time, that does not make me that laugh when Johnny Knoxville's putting acorns in Chris Pontius' pants and a squirrel crawls into it. And when the joke fails, it fucking crashes hard, like I said. The relationship with Johnny Knoxville's daughter was not only cliched, it was pointless as hell. It's just like, it was the most filler thing you could ever imagine. It's like they wanted the movie to be longer, which, if you take out the credits, the movie's I think 76 minutes long. It's a short as hell movie. Even then, it feels too long.
Yeah.
That's how padded this thing was.
Did you say 2-1?
Yeah, that's what I said. Despite it being only 76 minutes, because you could tell they wanted to pad the hell out of this thing. Also, my biggest problem with it, here's the thing. It seems like they knew, we can have John Knoxville get hurt, and people make laugh because Jackass. When they don't realize what makes Jackass work is that the shit that they did to hurt themselves was so crazy that you couldn't help but enjoy it. Well, I mean, I know Jack, I know you're not a big Jackass fan, but I mean,
I don't think it's bad, but it's just stuff I ever really got into.
Yeah, and it's just with stuff I don't know, when they lock some of their cast in the limo and they pour bees into it, that kind of crazy shit that you just can't help but
That's I think I can respect why somebody would find that funny. The thing with Action Point is the most insane it gets is someone fell over.
It's pratfalls.
It's nothing. I hate it. The thing is, I'll be honest, with Action Point, I guess I could say I was never despite the fact that I gave it a 1-star, it wasn't as painful to watch as another 1-star comedy I gave this year, Life of the Party. And the reason why, Life of the Party is worse, but I can tell you why. The thing is, Action Point, it is a horrid movie, and the reason why I hated it so much is because it felt like nothing. The jokes, they were not. It was like there was nothing exceptional about that film. There was nothing impressive about it. Really, okay, the shots weren't focused. You got the people to say their lines, but I got nothing from it.
It's just the thing is that they thought that they could just have pratfalls for an hour and a half, and then that could be funny because they're hurting themselves when
it's
the thing to make Jackass
what's funny is how they're hurting themselves.
Yeah, exactly. When here's John Knoxville gets hit with a sign.
Yeah, but how? What? There needs to be something a crazy way that he gets hurt.
I'm not even saying he has to I don't know, get paper cuts in the webbings of his fingers and toes like he did on Jackass back in the day, or spray pepper spray in his eyes or something like that. But I mean, it's
got hit listed to a swarm of bees or something.
Yeah. Or pour honey on himself and just put a bunch of bees on him. But it's even then, it's for one thing, the craziest thing he does in the movie is the stunt that you see in the trailer where he launches himself from a catapult into the shed. And even then, that stunt's way better done in the trailer. It's better edited and there's better sound effects in the trailer. When the movie's it's more awkward than anything else because there's no sound effects. You don't hear Knoxville screaming like you do in the trailer. So here's the thing. Just watch the trailer. You'll have the exact same effect of the movie.
Yeah.
The trailer literally, I hate to be that guy who just says the trailer just gives you every like shows all the best jokes, but it really does.
Yeah, there weren't even good jokes in the trailer, though.
No, I know. No, I mean, just anything that came close to a good joke or anything that came close to being a joke movie is shown in the trailer.
Exactly.
Just watch the trailer. It's 2.5 minutes instead of an hour and a half. Well, not even an hour and a half. You know what I mean? But yeah. Also, the same day I watched Darjeeling Unlimited, which is also really, really good. Also, I watched a quick little short film.
That's an underrated Wes Anderson.
Exactly, so underrated. Like, no one talks about it. Okay, it's not like the Grand Budapest Hotel or anything, but it's very, very good. Also, I watched a quick little short film based off Moonrise Kingdom, which has been Troop Screening. Good little short film. You know, not much you can say because it's so simple, but whatever. The next day, I watched like a few films. Another Wes Anderson short film and a couple other movies. I watched Borat the first time.
Very nice.
Very
nice. My way.
Very nice.
It's so funny. I love it.
I saw this tweet and it was just like, you know what? Like, homosexual gay couples are going to be are the saddest people on earth because they can't say "my wife" to each other, whereas a straight couple, at least one of them can say it, and as the lesbian couple, both of them can say it. But two gay guys, they can't say it. They can't say "my wife" like poor.
Okay. But yeah, I'm glad.
This is so sad. This is so sad. Can we get 50 minutes?
This is so sad. Alexa played Despacito. But the thing is, I love I'm not. Okay, here's the thing. I hate prank culture on YouTube, going out and harassing people. I hate that shit. Well, type of pranks that I like are stuff like Borat, the Eric Andre show, and Filthy Frank. They just go out and are just fucking with people, not really harassing them. But just more just fucking with them. Just act like idiots.
I mean, have you seen some of the shit that as much as I love Filthy Frank?
In fact, I was about to say he has done something like that in the past. But it's more Eric Andre and Borat in that sense.
Yeah.
But it's it's that kind of pranking where they just go out the streets and they just fuck with people. That kind of thing I love.
They're not hurting anybody.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly like that. And I'm glad the kind of humor still exists with the Eric Andre show, and I loved it in Borat. And I'm assuming doesn't Bruno do the same thing?
Kind of.
I haven't seen Bruno yet.
Bruno's very clear. Bruno. I can't really remember. It's been a while since I've watched Bruno. But
okay.
Be aware. A lot of people will give Bruno a lot of flack for obvious reasons, and I think it's stupid. Mostly because it's about a gay guy, and they're making jokes about gays. And the thing is, it's if you're actually not dumb, you'll understand that it's not exactly making fun of gays, but people making fun of people who make fun of gays.
Yeah.
It's
I've heard things about Bruno, certain things.
I'll just say this. One late night when I was watching it, I because of the time I fell asleep, and then when I woke up, I'll say this. I woke up during a wrestling match, and I actually thought I sat on the remote, and I turned into some sort of adult channel.
Oh my god, it's amazing. Okay, and also, I also watched one of the best first time watches I've had in a while. Bo Burnham. What? Which is one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. I love it so much. It's one of my favorite things to ever. It's definitely my favorite stand-up special ever made. Like I said before,
if you think that's the best, one of the best Netflix specials, please watch the Ricky Gervais Humanity special. It's
no.
Oh my god, it's so clever.
Dave Chappelle.
I remember watching Ricky Gervais stand-up special when I was I think 12, but I wasn't paying enough attention to it, and I was just playing Carmageddon.
You need to look at the Humanity special it did this year. It's so good.
I want to.
I was actually crying at some point because I was laughing that hard.
I could go into detail on how much I love Bo Burnham Blood, but it's so good. I also watched another short film by Wes Anderson called Castello Cavalcanti. Stars Jason Schwartzman as a race car driver who crashes into this town. And it's 8 minutes. It's on YouTube. Actually, all these Wes Anderson short films are on YouTube except for the Ball of Rocket short film. And it's good, obviously. Also, I watched the Ball of Rocket.
Let's just kind of skip shorts for now.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I watched all of Wes Anderson short films. They're good. Watch them, I guess. Also, but in terms of Wes Anderson features, I watched the last Wes Anderson film I need to see, and Well, yeah, really good. Bottle Rocket.
Bottle Rocket's great.
Wait, even though Mark in the Isle of Dogs podcast said that no one likes Bottle Rocket. Well, me and Jack... You said
I like Bottle Rocket. I like Bottle Rocket.
Wait, don't you remember when Mark said that during the Isle of Dogs podcast?
I said I didn't like it.
Okay.
I said it's like lesser Anderson. It's probably like the worst one.
Oh, it's definitely a lesser Anderson, but even that's like lesser sex. You know, you're still
his worst. His worst. It's much better than the Life Aquatic.
Eliminate the first one.
Life Aquatic's like one of my favorite ones.
Life Aquatic is alright. It's okay.
Bottle Rocket has none of the flair.
Well, this is first film, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was still trying to find his style.
It's definitely interesting to see where he progressed from there. It's like, it's not even, in terms of cinematography, it's not even like as Wes Anderson-ish as the rest of his films. But yeah, also, I wasn't expecting James Caan to be in it. I was like, holy fuck, he's in this. Nice. He's great in it. So yeah, I also watched a film that you all need to see, The Wrestler.
I haven't seen it.
It's fucking amazing.
I'm sure it's good. I like Darren Aronofsky.
It's, okay, here's the thing. This is gonna be a stretch, but my new favorite Aronofsky. Okay, I love Requiem for a Dream. I adore Black Swan, but I think I don't know. It's just maybe it's Mickey Rourke's performance that just maybe buffs it up a slight spot. I don't know, but I love all three people, and I love Aronofsky. I can't wait to check out The Fountain, Pie, and Noah, which are the only three that I haven't seen.
From what I hear, don't watch Noah. That's what I heard everybody hates.
I'll just watch it just because I want to watch all the Aronofsky films. Okay, also, let's try to do this long. So I also, next day, first time I watched Clerks, loved it. I want to get into more Kevin Smith films. Yeah. Also, that same day, I watched Bo Burnham Make Happy, which I loved, but not as much as What. But it's still fantastic, so it's not really saying much. Also, later that day, I think I watched La La Land, because it was on TV, and I was like, yes, I'm going to watch this again. Good movie. Not just kidding, but it's a fucking great movie. Also, for the first time, I also watched Falling Down. Just fucking fantastic.
It's okay. Is it though? Is it? It's really not.
I don't know. It's like I love it
okay. It's like Michael Douglas is really good, and that's really it. Everything else is kind of dumb.
It's all. I love the writing in it. I love the scenes.
Dude, here's the thing. Like Michael Douglas is great, and and his like writing for his character scenes are great. But like, I think that's it. Michael Douglas and his character is great, and the rest of the film is like.
Okay, I know you don't like Schumacher's direction. One thing, I think I explained this in a tweet. I explained this a couple of times. People need to lay off on Schumacher. No, look, I get it. He made two awful Batman movies, which even then,
yeah. But like the thing is, they don't just hate him for that. He's made like so many bad movies.
He directed The Lost Boys, Phone Booth, Falling Down.
Yeah, he's made like.
Phone Booth is good. Phone Booth is great.
Phone Booth is fine, but like if you like look at
amazing.
It's okay.
Are you blind to the number 23 isn't a masterpiece?
But like, here's the thing. Like, if you look at his filmography, like, yeah, I don't think he's like the worst director. He's made some okay movies. Like, Phone Booth is okay. Falling Down is okay. Lost Boys is good. But like, in terms of everything else, like, I'll list off some of the many films people hate: Phantom of the Opera, Flatliners, St. Elmo's Fire, 8mm, The Number 23, Trespass, Veronica Guerin, Tigerland, Dying Young, Bad Company, Flawless, Blood Creek, 12, DC Cab, just tons of just crap.
Look, I thought Flatliners was considered a classic though.
No, it's not. It's bad. No,
it's not. Only 2.5 though.
Yeah, that's not good though.
I know,
but I'm just saying that because I gave it a 2.5 because like sets were nice, so the acting was okay. It's just boring and lame and bad. It's not the worst thing ever, but like it's just like really lame.
I don't know, boring. But I mean, it's just, I feel like people act like he's like one of the worst directors out there. Like, just come on.
I wouldn't call him one of the worst, but he's not a good director.
Yeah.
And even like the okay stuff I've seen from him, it's just like his direction is always the worst part of each of those films.
I don't even see where again. It's like I don't see the problem with Schumacher's direction of falling down? Like, what?
It's like
I wouldn't agree with Phone Booth. Phone Booth, like,
No, I think
like one of the golden aspects. What makes it so fun, honestly.
Yeah. It's like the thing with Phone Booth. It's like buried at grand piano. If they like the style was just crap. I don't know how to define it. I hate like a lot of the editing in
Phone Booth.
In Phone Booth.
It's
ADHD
as fuck. It's ADHD cinema.
Okay. But also, yeah, Falling Down's a great movie in my opinion. If you want to go with Jack's opinion or mine, whatever.
The right opinion. It's fine. You can disagree with me. I don't mind.
Right. I have the bigger penis though.
Yes.
Brian.
What? Yeah.
I forgot to tell you that when I saw you drop that 4.5, like one of my friends on Letterboxd dropped the 0.5. It was right next to each other.
Wait, a half star?
Falling down. Yep.
Oh.
So I saw like 4.5 and 0.5, and I was like, what the fuck?
Nice. Okay, also, a possible hot take. I watched what's considered to be the most crazy-ass Nicolas Cage movie of all time. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that I didn't watch the red cut. I think it was the same day. I watched The Wicker Man over Rabbit. Okay, I'll be fair.
Did you watch the director's cut?
Is that the one with the not the bees?
Yes, the director's cut.
No, I didn't watch that.
The director's cut is funnier.
Okay, because the thing is, I was only like quarter paying attention to it, but I think this is because I was mostly bored. Like all of the funny ass scenes you see, even in the theatrical cut, they're like you know what they are. You know, not the bees, which isn't even in that cut. You know all the funny scenes are still there. You know the bear costume. You know step away from the park. You know how to get burned. You know all those. How to get burned. How to get burned. How to get burned. Okay, that scene still makes me laugh to this day. I love that fucking scene. But it's just, you know them because they've been parodying and memes so many times. It's like, by the time if you haven't seen the actual movie, you might as well not because you know every line and what's happening. And I think it's just because of that. I was just pretty bored. And it's like, okay, it's like, even then, it's like, I could probably watch a crazier Nick Cage movie and get even more enjoyment from it. I don't know. I still love Nick Cage, and I do want to watch the director's cut at some point, but who knows, it'll change my opinion. But yeah, whatever. Next day, I watched 2 movies. I watched Clerks 2, which I think is a really good sequel. Really funny. Not nearly as good as the first one. Yeah, I'll just say it's a good movie. And I also rewatched Infinity War. Obviously, a great movie. Like I explained from this one, I was able to appreciate more. And also, I saw BlacKkKlansman, which we already talked about that. And a few days ago, I rewatched Deadpool 2, which I really, really like. Better than the first, in my opinion. Fight me.
That's one better.
In fact, me and Mark are disagreeing. So you guys want to get into the... unless you guys want to get the first time watches.
Let me get it.
Okay, Jeffrey, you go.
Okay. First of all, I saw Christopher Robin. Very sweet movie. Oddly weird movie. There was a lot of art housey kind of stuff. There were some shots in this that looked like they were out of a Terrence Malick film.
So what you're calling it is that Christopher Robin is extremely pretentious?
No. I mean, the cinematography is kind of...
I second this.
But it's actually a very sweet, heartfelt movie, and Drew McGregor is fantastic as always.
Well,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I liked it. Then I watched something called The Smurfs and the Magic Flute. It's like an animated Smurfs movie from the 70s, and it's not good. The thing is, like, the Smurfs are all over, but it's barely even a Smurfs movie. The Smurfs don't even show up till like half an hour into the film.
Oh.
Jeffrey, would you agree that it would have been better if it was the flute and the Paw Patrol recorder?
Also,
it would have sucked because it's really about these annoying human characters, and it's barely a Smurfs movie at all. They're only in it for like half an hour, and the music is horrible. But yeah, Smurfs and the Magic Flute, it sucks. Don't bother with it. And then I rewatched Young Girls Are Road War with my mom. She really liked it.
Amazing.
And I saw Black Panther, which we already talked about. And then I finally watch The Nice Guys, and oh my
Oh, hell yes.
I am so. I want to punch myself for not seeing it in theaters.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I wanted to so bad, but I never got a chance to, and now I'm so angry at myself. It's such an amazing movie. Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe are fantastic together. So then I saw The Meg. It was decent. And then I saw Crazy Rich Asians, which I really enjoyed.
Looks average.
I'm gonna see
it. It's actually really sweet, and it's really nice. I think it's great representation. It's like the first movie in like 25 years to have an all Asian main cast.
Interesting.
So, and it's doing really well, so that's kind of a big deal.
From the director of Seven Holograms.
It's a really good movie. So that means jack shit compared.
It just looks so average from the poster and the plot script.
It is
advertising
rom-com, but it's a really well done one. It's a really well done rom-com. I'd see it.
I'm assuming I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
And then I saw Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. I'm not ashamed to admit, I'm a huge ABBA fan. I love ABBA.
You shouldn't be ashamed. They're fucking amazing.
I know. They're great. I haven't seen the first one, but I really enjoyed this one.
You don't need to.
I love ABBA, and I'm a sucker for musicals, and I really enjoyed this. And then I watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and oh my god, Jesus Christ, wow.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's messed up. Like, it's probably my second favorite horror film of all time now. It is brutal.
Whoa. What's your first?
Well, Poltergeist.
Okay.
Good choice.
Yeah, interesting because they're both directed by the same guy.
Oh yeah, Toby Hooper. Yeah,
but Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I can't believe they made this in 1974. Like, the cinematography is weird. Like, it's shot in such a way that it's hard to explain. Let's just say it's shot and edited in a way that makes you feel like you're watching something you're not supposed to be seeing.
Dude, hey, the hooks are fucking horrifying.
Oh my god. It's strange because for an early slasher film, there's hardly any gore. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I went in blind, and I was shocked. Like, it was a legitimately intense and uncomfortable and honestly horrifying movie. I loved it. And then yesterday, I saw 2001: A Space Odyssey in IMAX.
Nice.
And
I can't wait. I'm gonna try and
it's amazing. Like, it's worth seeing it on a huge screen.
I am such a huge 2001 fan.
I love 2001. I own it on Blu-ray. I'm a proud Stanley Kubrick fan.
I want to get the 4K.
But I have a question. Were any of you bored in 2000?
Yes. You get to see it so you can yawn when pretentious people talk.
I mean, I've seen it enough times that I know what to expect, and I'm not really bored by it. I just love it. It's a masterpiece, and I love it. And I was eager at the chance to see it on a big screen.
Did you feel like the kid from 13 Reasons Why?
No, fuck that kid. I love it.
that little shit.
Fuck that.
I want to drop kick that fucking kid across a goddamn football field.
Yeah, he probably went to see Slender Man or some shit.
Yeah. Probably the same kid who probably walked out of Hereditary saying, that was terrible.
So yeah, those are my first time watches, and that's it.
Alright, I'm going to try and boost these quickly. So I'll start here. Alright, so Network, directed by Sidney Lumet. I think Sidney Lumet might be one of my new favorite directors ever because of the 4 or 5 films of his I've seen. They've been anywhere from amazing to really, really great. Network, classic, great movie. He's also done stuff like There's a Little Murder on the Orient Express, which is really good. And what else? Dog Day Afternoon and
which is amazing.
Dog Day Afternoon and 12 Angry Men are 2 absolutely phenomenal movies. Some of the best films ever. I watched the original Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3 with my mama because we both wanted to watch it, and it's really, really good. It's very, very entertaining and a really short. It's actually really short and it's really fun. And it's got Robert Shaw in it, and I love Robert Shaw. I love Robert Shaw. It's so good. Robert Shaw is awesome. I watched The Long Goodbye, which is a film that I think is good, It didn't care at all about the story, nor could I follow it. But the lead performance by whatever his name is awesome. And the ending is amazing. And yeah, it's a good film. It's not one I'm going to be watching 20 times over. And I think that is the first Robert Altman film I have seen. First Reformed, we talked about it. Dial Up for Murder, pretty good Hitchcock movie. The Legacy of a White-tailed Deer Hunter, whatever. American Honey, I tried watching this movie like 2 years ago and I couldn't finish it.
It's so good.
I gave it a second chance, and I really, really liked it. I still think the first half hour, 20 minutes is a little air, but after you get past that, I think it was really, really great. I watched 1984, starring John Hurt. Rest in peace. It's a little bit dated, but for what it is, it's still really good. Fallout, got it. Blah blah blah. The BlacKkKlansman is a New Zealand comedy produced by Taika Waititi, and it's pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. It's very, very New Zealand, and if you're not you can't get into it, then the BlacKkKlansman you will hate. Sometimes the comedy can be a little bit forced at times, but other than that, I thought it was a really pretty enjoyable comedy. I thought it was really funny. Murder by Death, Murder Mystery, and Truman Capote plays the bad guy. And then, by sheer coincidence, the movie I watched after that was Capote, which is a good movie, but the early reason why it's memorable is because Philip Seymour Hoffman is absolutely incredible in the film. The movie itself is good, but you just need to see it because Philip Seymour Hoffman, amazing performance in that film. The Trouble with Henry, overlooked Hitchcock movie. It's more of a comedy than some of his other suspense movies, but it's a really funny movie, and I like it a lot. And it's got a really good autumn vibe. Fantastic Planet, great movie that I have no idea what it meant. Radio, we had to watch it for school. And by that, I mean we watched the first half hour for school, and then we just turned it off. And I'm never going to finish it, so whatever.
I mean, you only watched 30 minutes of it. Is that really a good indicator for logging it? Because maybe it's just me.
No, I agree, but I wanted to tell the story about it. And anyway, I'm never going to finish it. The movie sucks. It was bad.
It's just for me. I feel like I don't log a movie unless I've seen all of it. Mainly, it's just me.
Sometimes if I just the movie itself is so boring that I can't finish it, I'm just screw it. I'm just
like you did with Personal Shopper.
Oh yeah, I got I think halfway into it. I hated it so much.
I hated what I saw in Personal Shopper. So goddamn boring.
Personal Shopper is bad. I hate Personal Shopper. Awful and pretentious.
Okay, I wouldn't say it's absolutely awful. It's just more nothing happens. Kristen Stewart.
And I don't care that nothing happens. That's not my issue. It's the fact that it is pretentious. It is the CGI, the little CGI it has is terrible. Kristen Stewart is absolutely horrendous. She is terrible.
Given, except for in Catholic society.
Yeah, I don't know why people oh my god, she's actually really good now. No, she isn't. She's doing the exact same bored, expressionless, dull performance every time. But then people will throw the defense it's actually a really deep movie about grief, and it's just you just don't get it. I'm guys, you can make a movie about grief that isn't boring and pretentious and bad. And you can say I don't get it, but explain how explain why. You can say I don't get it, but explain why. Does the explanation of the film, excuse the terrible acting and the horrible CG and the just awful writing? Really, does it? I don't know. Thelma and Louise is pretty good. Thelma and Louise is pretty good. And The Heat of the Night, a Best Picture winner from 1967. Great movie. Really, really, really loved it. Starring Sidney Poitier. It's the famous film where the guy goes, "The gal named Mr. Tips." It's pretty good. It's really great. I highly recommend The Heat of the Night. I'm trying to go through this as fast as I can. Okay, To Be or Not to Be. A really, really funny movie made by Mel Brooks. This isn't one of his directors. This is not a film he directed, but I do believe he wrote some of it. And it's really, really funny. Christopher Lloyd plays a Nazi in it, and he's like, he steals every scene. It's a really, really funny movie, which I recommend. Bug, directed by William Friedkin. It's bad. It's very bad.
It looked bad.
It's like I was willing to give it a chance because like I knew it was gonna be like a weird movie, and that's not my issue with it. Is that like it's bad, it's boring, it's lame.
How's Michael Shannon though?
Whatever. It's bad. It's just bad. Lame. Bad. Don't watch it. It's just.
How many William Friedkin movies have you seen? Just curious.
I've seen Bug, and I watched I think the first half hour of the director's cut of The Exorcist. FYI, don't watch the director's cut. It adds so much. It's like it's too long. You don't need it. I couldn't stand watching the director's cut. It's too long. You don't need it. Just go with the regular cut. It's just you don't. It's not required. Okay, moving on. Despite the fact that the director was a piece of shit, Rosemary's Baby is really good, and Mia Farrow, as always, is wonderful. After that, I watched Tag. It was a decent comedy. I really enjoyed a lot of the performances.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie. Jake Johnson, I want him to be in more movies. A Prayer Before Dawn. This is a film that I've been thinking about a lot recently. And the thing is, the presentation of the film is actually extremely good. Like, the acting and the cinematography is really, really great. And the editing, aside from maybe one or two of the fight scenes, is really good. But here's the thing. So basically, it's like it shows so much violence, and there's like the scene where these like people are getting raped and everything, and it's just like, okay, what are you trying to say? Like, you're going really extreme, but like, why though? Why? Like, what are you trying to say with all this? I just don't get the intent of it, and that's why I think the film is okay. And I guess I could say I was never really bored, but if I didn't have like an interest in the presentation, I wouldn't have liked the movie. But the only reason why I gave it a positive rating is because like the performances are admittedly pretty good, and it looks really nice. But like it just goes so grotesque for no real reason, and that's not to say that it's disturbing, therefore it's bad. So I just don't really. I felt like it wasn't really saying anything with it. Just like I don't get what the intent was. I don't know. I don't care. The Weatherman, starring Nicolas Cage. This is a pretty good movie directed by Gore Verbinski. Michael Caine does a really weird New York accent in it. That's what I remember.
I saw your Letterboxd review. Like, I cannot imagine Michael Caine with a New York accent. What the fuck would that be like?
It's bizarre. It's bizarre. But I liked the movie quite a bit. I really, really enjoyed it. And Nicolas Cage, one of his better performances, in my opinion. Which is actually a point. We've talked enough about that.
It's trash.
It's trash. It's one of the worst things I've seen all year.
In terms of 2018 comedies, watch anything else. I'm starting
yeah, but like with action point, yeah, watch Tag. There's better, but Tag is fine.
In fact, Jag, I just called you Jag accidentally. Okay, it's Jag. Okay, what I was gonna ask you a minute ago, can you and I be Tag brothers?
We could be Tag brothers.
Yes, there we go.
Okay, I watched Upgrade, directed by Leigh Whannell. I'm going to pretend that this is his directorial debut because it seriously sucked ass. Pretty much, it's a solid sci-fi action movie, and it's also really interesting to me because I was not aware of this, but it's filmed in Melbourne, which is the city I live in. There are scenes that take place, like, literally within, I'd say, about an hour's worth of my house. It's awesome. It's really cool. It's like I could literally just take a tram.
So are you just biased?
Yeah, very biased. But a lot of it was filmed like within an hour of where I live, which I think is really cool. Watch the Meg, blah blah blah. BlacKkKlansman, we already talked about that. Adrift.
It looks so generic.
I wanted to watch it just because. The thing is, I'm a bit of a sucker for like survival movies. I just find them interesting. And the thing is, I was looking at it, I was like, it looked okay. I went in thinking, this could at least be like a 3 out of 5, like a 5 movie. But the thing is, it's boring, it's lame, and it's like there are a couple aspects I did like about it though. It's got a twist at the end, which I will say is legitimately good. I did legitimately really like the ending.
It looks so generic and boring and mediocre. Just the poster. I love Shailene Woodley though. Like she's a really great actress.
Shailene Woodley's okay.
But
I don't mind her.
I believe I heard from someone that there's something to do with peanut butter in the movie. Do tell.
She eats peanut butter.
Oh, I could have sworn I heard something. I thought it was something.
Yeah, there's a scene about peanut butter, but it's like she eats peanut butter.
I'm really disappointed. I am really disappointed.
I know. Like they're like, oh, we need something to eat. Oh, peanut butter. They eat peanut butter.
I'm really disappointed.
I don't know why.
I'm gonna cry.
It was just like, yeah.
Oh my god. I'm gonna cry like I did at the end of Teen Titans Go.
So yeah, Adrift. It's really nothing, and the relationship and the dialogue between like the two stars. Like I didn't feel like their connection at all. It's it's nothing. I did not care about them. I didn't care about them being together. They had like no chemistry at all. I thought.
Why are we here? Are we here to suffer?
Why are we here?
Here to suffer.
No, we're here to kick names, take ass.
Alright,
we're all out of ass.
Alright, got a last few here. The producers, the original. I really liked it, and the music is wonderful.
It's so good. I love that movie.
It's a classic, and I really liked it. I'm hysterical. I'm hysterical, and I'm wet, and I'm still hysterical.
It's going to be taken to places out of context.
Yeah,
I missed you, Wilder.
Why are we still here?
Okay, calm down, put my boy.
I've got a last couple, and then we can go. Alright, the talented Mr. Ripley. The talented Mr. Ripley. I have a weird relationship with this film. I loved the first hour of it. I loved the first hour. It was so good. I loved the experience of that first hour. Philip Seymour Hoffman is wonderful in it. Jude Law, Matt Damon. I'm forgetting who else is in it, but Gwyneth Paltrow. They're all great in the movie.
Ew.
What do you have against Gwyneth Paltrow? I have no idea.
She can't act. I'm sorry.
What?
Okay, she's great for Tenenbaums. I'll give her that. But other than that,
I don't really see where you're coming from.
I don't know.
She's decent.
Okay. I mean,
I don't know what you're complaining.
I don't really have the hate for her that I did on earlier podcast, just probably because that's now with Sandra Bullock.
What?
Wait, what? I don't like Sandra Bullock. Is that so crazy?
I mean, okay, whatever.
Have you seen Gravity?
Fine. I mean, yeah.
Okay, I really like Gravity, but she's the worst part. Okay, whatever. Carry on, boy.
Then the second half of the next hour and a half of Talented Mr. Ripley happens, and I like it, but I would say I was nowhere nearly as invested as I was in that first hour. I loved the first hour. The rest of it, I was like, it's decent, and I don't know. The character makes a decision, and I respect it, and I was like, wow, this is going to be awesome the way to do it. And they do it, it's just they do it in a fine way. I just didn't care after that. Whatever. That was a purely subjective thing, and I just didn't really care that much after the story, despite a couple scenes I liked. Overall, I thought the film. Yeah, I'm sure. I think you'd like it. I would say for you, it would be at least maybe a 7.
What about me?
But it has something more hot in it, so it'll probably be a 10.
Crimes? I have no idea.
Yeah.
I would say for you, maybe the same rating as me, like a 3 out of 5.
Mark, this is the weird thing with you. You're our boy, and this is just something weird. It's you have so many hot takes that you have so many hot takes and so many unpopular opinions. It's hard to predict when you give a movie.
Dude, I'm unpredictable. That's just me.
Exactly. You gave Die Hard 2.5. What else? There's so many examples.
and the Meg a 3 out of 5. That's why he's the best critic here. That's why he has the best opinions out of all of us.
You said that Baywatch is better than Psycho.
Yep.
I'm gonna pretend like I didn't hear that. I had a bug in my ear or something.
Graffiti that shit on the Alfred Hitchcock spray.
Okay.
Baywatch is better than pretentious crap, old man.
Alright, guys. I'm gonna hit these last ones out. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, directed by Frank Oz. It's really, really, really funny. And I really enjoyed both Steve Martin and Michael Caine in the movie. I thought their dynamic was really great. I think the pacing could have been a bit better. Again, this is the film. 10 minutes could have just been trimmed off, and I think that would have made it a 4 out of 5. And now it's staying at a 3.5 out of 5. Con Air. It is so dumb. It is so stupid. It is absolutely insane, but it's really funny. Me and my mom both watched it, and we were laughing so hard. We cackled. We cackled. Yeah, Con Air. It's amazing. Yeah, and with Nicolas Cage with a mullet. It ain't my time to Yahtzee, but let's do it.
I've seen a clip of that movie. His accent is definitely something.
Oh, it's something, alright.
How's my boy Cusack?
It's a fun fact about Cusack and Con Air. He doesn't like to be interviewed about that film because he hates it so much.
He's not afraid. Or at least sound. Yeah, okay. Actually,
I guess you could say in terms of Con Air, he'd be better off dead.
Oh, I see what you did there. But actually, he said he doesn't regret 2012. In fact, actually, there's in that interview that I showed in general in one of my tweets, he said that he doesn't really regret any of his movies, so that's a surprise to hear. I guess he hates Con Air so much he doesn't even want to even acknowledge that it exists.
Speaking of, being John Malkovich is so good.
Yes.
Being John Malkovich.
Yes.
Malkovich.
John Cusack's hair in that movie is Kino.
Yes. All right. Last 3. Got 3 more. I watched another Frank Oz comedy, Death at a Funeral, the original version, the British version, the good version, not the one directed by Neil Mulvey that did Wicker Man remake. It's great. Oh, it's so great. It's really funny. Alan Tudyk. He's so funny in this. I really, really recommend Death and Funeral. It's a hilarious movie. I rewatched Punch Drunk Love, and I thought it was really great. And I never realized
you bumped down the rating though, you son of a bitch.
That's because I hadn't watched it in so long. I didn't really know what to give it at the time.
You can have your opinion, you're objectively wrong.
But I'm objectively right. It's great. It's a great film. I do have issues with Punch Drunk Love, though.
Do tell, please. Okay, I need to drag this out for you guys, but I'm just curious.
I'll go quickly with them. First of all, I will say the things I love. I love Adam Sandler's performance. He is absolutely
which is rare to say.
Yeah,
he's good. He's really good.
Yeah, Emma Lily Watson is also lovely. Not to confuse with Emma Watson, because PTA's direction, of course, is stunning. I hate the color interludes. I don't think they add anything, and I think they're stupid. I thought they were a bit pretentious. Again, I've used pretentious too many times. I'm sorry.
He uses
hate is a strong word for this. I'd say I didn't like them. Anyway, I thought it was really great. Yeah, it's still a great movie in my opinion. And finally, okay, you go, Mark.
Okay, just saying something like I recently did. I kind of wrote like a little rough draft of just like a story like based on Punch Drunk Love and a bit of happiness. It's there's a little bit of surreal aspect to it. It's basically this guy named Micah. He breaks up with his ex because she cheated on him, and she's like straight up, it's like, hey, that's how the movie, or that's how it opens. It's just like, hey, I cheated on you, I'm sorry, and he's like, what the fuck? And it's like, oh, he's bipolar. Like he's the most like similar they get is like they're both like bipolar main characters, just trying to like deal with their emotional like distress that they have through like family like situations. But it basically just evolves into him drunkenly shouting and screaming outside of his ex's college dorm, and her neighbor, and they get his ex-girlfriend is named Minnie, neighbor's named Minnie. It just becomes even more jumbled up, and it just gets weirder and weirder. That's
okay. Sounds awesome.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Final movie. The movie that earned a grand, crushing total in its opening weekend.
Yes.
$126 was The Billionaire Boys Club.
AKA the name of Spacey Sex Cult.
Yeah. This movie sucked. But I will say it's worth it because you get to see Kevin Spacey get shot in the head. Again.
Yeah. Though, it just looks, even disregarding all the Kevin Spacey shit, and even memeing the hell out, pathetic.
The movie sucks. The movie sucks.
Real quick. To be fair, it was only released in 10 theaters, all of which were in California. But even then, what the hell, 126? That's pathetic. Okay, basically, the movie itself just looks
also, I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious that the movie is called The Billionaire Boys Club, and it earns less than I do. I have more than my monthly allowance in 2 months than the movie called The Billionaire Boys Club did in its opening weekend.
I saw a funny tweet that said that Kevin Spacey just went to see this movie multiple times by himself. But basically, the movie just looked like a Wolf of Wall Street knockoff.
Oh yeah. I haven't seen Wolf of Wall Street.
Yep,
but I was gonna say, it pretty much does all that stuff, but it has nothing to it. The story itself isn't even all that interesting. The thing is, there's really no practically the whole story could have been summed up in 5 minutes. It's they wanted money, they got the money. Kevin Spacey was gonna try and screw him over, obviously.
Oh, he's gonna screw him over in many ways.
Then they steal him. One of them confesses. There you go. That's it. It's just not. It's not even an interesting story.
There's no beat to it.
There's no beat to it. Exactly.
I love how you didn't even care that you just spoiled it.
Oh, who? Are you?
No, I know. I don't care either. It's just I don't. You really don't even give.
No, I'm sorry that I spoiled the movie that you were going to be watching today.
I wasn't going to watch it. No, it's just I find it funny how you literally.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying nobody's ever going to watch this movie.
Fair. I'm not going to.
I want to watch it. I want to. Just for.
It's nothing. I'll say this. It's not there are some things I did legitimately like. I think Taron Egerton and Ansel Elgort are two. Yeah, I think that they're very watchable actors. They can be very charismatic, and I'll say this. I can watch them. They're easy to watch. Taron Egerton does an American voice in this, and he actually gets it pretty spot on. You would not be able to tell that he's British.
Interesting. I've always wanted to see him do that kind of accent.
Yeah, he does. He does a really good job of that.
Okay.
As for anything else, it looked kind of nice. That's it. Everything else is just mediocre to crap.
So that's it.
That's everything. We're done. We've been here for almost 4 fucking hours.
Before we end this, I just want to say something. Since we're going to end this right now, I just want to on the next podcast, advertising right now. Me and Mark are officially on the next podcast going to duke it out over Teen Titans Go movies. Look forward to it.
Yeah.
Fuck Logan Paul and KSI. Well, I mean, especially considering
Thank you guys for listening to this episode of the Ticket Boot Podcast. And finally, Malkovich.
Speaking of tickets, buy the tickets to the Projectionist versus Crimes fight. Yes.
And by the way, I also wanted to add Malkovich.